Ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you Ocarina of Time, part 276. Or something like that.
I think it's only like part 8, actually.
Probably.
You seem to forget that in doing the entirety of Path of Radiance, we did that in 4 parts.
Really?
Yeah. That's a 30-chapter game.
Wow. I always feel like it's so much longer, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
I think probably this one just feels so long because we did have to take that break for a while.
That is true.
But...
Okay, so a couple things that I did. If you go into your menu screen and go to your items, there is a reason that that bottle does not have a fairy in it, is because I said off screen I would do the Poe catching to get the final bottle. So I have collected 9 out of the 10 of them. I already turned them in for the reward. We just have to go and get the last one.
Alright.
Which actually, surprisingly, didn't take me that much time. I probably used up about 3 or 4 arrows per Poe, and it takes 2 to kill them. So I actually didn't miss a lot of shots, and I never had to go buy arrows. It's probably the best I've ever done hunting them, and no one will ever see it, thus no one will ever believe me, thus everyone will think I'm making that up. For the record, though, even if you go and buy the arrows, it's still not that bad, because every time you catch one of the big Poes and turn it in, you get 50 rupees for it, so you can easily just, like, spend 80 to get a full bundle and then make that back pretty easily.
So I need to get out of here, and I need to get Epona.
Yep. You have to play the Where's My Horse song. That's sorry, a song. Start from the top and go down on the key. The scale, sorry. Starts with up. There you go.
Alright. Yeah, at some point. I'll get it like right at the end of the game. That's when I will get it correct.
You're too close to the butt. There you go. You're not supposed to stand behind a horse. That's like the #1 rule of those things.
Understandable.
So that little outcropping that's next to Kakariko Village where the wall goes up and it goes into a dead end, that's where the 10th and final Poe is.
So this
So
way?
it's to your left, or your left rather. It's like if we're looking at the mini-map. So yeah, you turn left from here. A little bit more. That right there. So this one's kind of a pain in the butt to catch, which is why I intentionally left it for last. What you want to do is not get off opponent, but turn around 180 degrees. You can just turn without holding forward.
There we go.
And then pull out the bow with B while you're still on
That's
opponent.
not B, yeah.
And then you're just going to wait for it to show up. Normally you are running while you chase these things. Yeah, there he is right there. So you have to hit him twice before it disappears. If he disappears, just wait and he'll come back. You don't even have to get on or off the horse and it will just come back automatically. But it will regain its health, so if you shoot it once and it gets away, then it's going to have that shot regardless. So normally you run and chase these things, but this one there's not really a good direction to run because of where the trigger point is, so this is kind of the easiest thing to do for it. There you go, nice.
Woohoo!
And so now you can walk over to it. Or ride over to it, either one. And all you have to do is just walk up to it, and it will say you caught. You don't even have to grab the bottle out. It'll literally just be like, hey, you defeated Poe the Ghost. Do you want to catch it in the bottle?
Sweet.
So as you can see, in catching the previous 9, you can understand why it would be very easy to burn through a full set of arrows.
Yes. Thank you.
So go shop for a ton of money. A ton, they mean 50 rupees, I guess. And that
Alright.
qualifies. And that is over in Hyrule, the Castle Bazaar. It's that room that normally has all the pots in it whenever you're a kid. But now it's been transformed into that shop.
Yes. I'm just gonna
Yeah, by the time you remember the Prelude of Light, you could have already walked there.
go. Yeah.
Which was how I ended up grinding most of these, because I would just get 3 of them and play the Prelude, and then do the same thing, rinse, lather, repeat. Because since this is the 4th bottle, the most you can have is 3 bottles at this point, if you're playing vanilla. So you have to make 4 trips. Like, there's no other way to do it. You have to make at least 4.
Beautiful. Why, hello!
We're at 900 points. So yeah, you can give him regular pose as well. You just like pull out the bottle and then open the bottle, or it'll just show it to him. You have to be near him though. So each of the big pose will give you 100 points. You can catch the small pose, but they're only worth a point. I have not ever bothered to grind out getting 100 regular pose to see if that would still count, because why in God's green earth would you do that?
Absolutely not.
That is way too much work for one man. You're a ghost hunter. Congrats.
Woohoo.
You are, in fact, Danny Phantom's father.
Excellent.
And you get the 4th and final bottle.
Another bottle. Fantastic. Alright.
Which is a bottle I normally never pick up. Don't bother with it, typically. The other 3 are so easy to get. Like, one of them's required because it's got Rito's letter, and the other 2 are by cheating at the Kuko minigame, which is really easy to do, and getting all the Kukos in Kakariko, which is like semi-time consuming, but not near as bad as the pose.
Alrighty.
So with that, unless you want to fill the bottles with anything, you're good to head into the Shadow Temple.
I was probably gonna get some more fairies. Which means I have to remember the forest temple thing.
Yep, and then you went to Forest. I'm sure you'll remember it.
No, absolutely not.
You had the first 3 notes out, actually. There you go.
Hey! I had the first half. Just not the second half.
You're gonna be really good at doing the first half of the Goron Lullaby in Majora's Mask. Because
Yeah.
you pick up part of the song from somebody and then you play it for the person you need to, and then they give you the rest.
Alright.
To be fair, I feel like the Majora's Mask songs are, at least the Majora's songs, are harder than the Ocarina.
Okay, first of all...
I'd say the non-warp ones are easier, but like most of them transfer over. Right the boob. Right the boob again. That was probably, see, that was on his left side, so that was his liver.
Yep.
That's assuming the anatomy is, equivalent to how it is on a human. Maybe it's not, I don't know.
Who knows for sure.
Maybe he's one of those rare cases where his kidneys were switched, like with people.
Oh yeah.
It's a really rare case, but sometimes they have to go in and get them surgically swapped.
Okay, don't get all too close to me before I get the second one.
Eat them all.
Thank you. Thank you. I've done this a couple of times.
We're gonna have to find a game after this that's gonna penalize you for trying to mash through text boxes again.
Yeah.
Like with Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, where you kept trying to do the action commands.
Yeah.
Let's see what else do I have in this game library that can penalize you. We could always try F-Zero.
Ooh, terrifying.
No, if I had a game that penalized you for not reading the text boxes, it'd probably be Earthbound.
Very likely, yeah.
Because that's another, like, very, very big classic in the series of gaming that, like, set a lot of milestones.
Eat all the fairies.
The only difference is with Earthbound, it was underappreciated for a much longer period of time compared to this game. It was like an instant classic when it came out.
Consume.
Shame the same couldn't be said about Majora's Mask. We had to wait another 17 to 18 years for people to appreciate that one. Until then, the 8 of us that were on the message boards would die on our hill.
Play a game called How Many Times Can I Get It Wrong After literally just looking at it.
Stat trackers, that job's on you. I ain't doing it.
The answer would be all the time. Always.
Yes. It's always yes.
The limit does not exist.
Good to know it's a...
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
This is spectacular.
It's good to know the limit is like a... oh, let's see, a tangent line.
What do I need to do?
So, you need to hop up on here, and you picked it up a very, very long time ago, but you need to use Din's Fire, which is the little thing on the far right. Yep, that one. You picked that up when you were a kid after the Goron dungeon, Dodonga's Cavern. Where after you get the magic, the fairy's like, hey, you should go see my friend that lives in Castletown. I'll give you an item too. This is the point of the game where magic will actually start being used semi-frequently. As opposed to the start of the game where it's like, magic meter? What magic meter? You don't need no stinking magic meter. But they'll start making you use Din's Fire, the Fire Arrows, which also uses MP, the Lens of Truth, which uses MP. So that's something to look forward to later. Hence why it's actually kind of painful to miss the double magic, because, like, once you start using it, then you'll start realizing, like, oh crap, I don't have the double magic here, I forgot it.
Oh god.
Also, you fell.
Yes. I did not see that there was a thing there.
Yeah, this is essentially the blockade, because if you have the hook shot rather than the long shot from the water temple, you are not able to physically make it across this. But welcome to the shadow. It's not going to eat you. You're fine. It's just a fake wall. They'll all put out little lines of dialogue. So the Shadow Temple is, as you saw from the runtime that it took me to get through this, incredibly fucking short. If you're not going for all the extra stuff. It's mostly just a lot of gold skulltulas, things you don't really need to grab per se, and as a result, you can skip a very large portion of it. You also get the dungeon item super early, like, as in that's the thing you can do right now. If you ever need to know which of these is fake, remember you can always put the Lens of Truth on, and it will show if there is a real or a fake wall. That.
I am.
Now, do you want the map and compass for this area? Because if not, we can skip it. Because this does lead to the dungeon item, but it also leads to the map.
If it's not necessary, then...
It's never necessary, in my opinion.
Skip it.
Yep, okay. So you want to take a right here? I just go around the rooms counterclockwise. And go through that wall that has the eye on it. There was one that was to the right of it, like, that was 90 degrees from where you entered. That's where the map is, but since we're skipping it, we don't need to worry about it.
Ah.
Can't see your way forward. And then again, just go counterclockwise, look for the eye-outs on the wall. That one should have nothing, but the one that's farther in the corner should be the correct way to go. And now you get to fight an old friend of yours.
Oh, is it the thing?
The only difference is this time you're an adult rather than a kid, so you have a much, much stronger sword.
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Probably just walk away from it and wait for that guy to move his way over there.
Come here. Come here. You're nasty.
Yeah, you literally have to. You don't have an option. That's the only way to get him to come back up.
Oh, yeah,
Those
I
things,
know.
they just hold you in place. They're not doing any damage, thankfully.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a giant pain in the ass if they were.
Come here.
Unfortunately, with the big Goron sword, because it does so much damage, you can pretty much only get one hit on him unless you charge a spin attack while he's headed towards you. I think if you're not being Why does he remind me of Argus Filch from Harry Potter when he just slinks away like that? I'll slash him. It's like when he tries to get one of the kids in trouble and it doesn't work, he just slinks away defeated, like his whole purpose.
Now y'all are teaming up on me.
There you go, his head. He only takes 4 hits with the big Goron sword,
Yeah.
as opposed to 16 with the Kokiri sword.
Yeah. It's still twitching.
Yep. Things often do that when they die. But for that, you get the dungeon item. Any guesses?
Magic related.
Well, yes and no. It doesn't use your magic meter, but it lets you hover! The hover boots. The downside, there's no fucking traction on these things.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like walking around with ice physics, which is why I keep telling Brandon to turn the damn things off when I watch him play this dungeon. He walks around with them everywhere. It's so painful to watch. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself?
Is that where I'm supposed to leave?
Yeah, that's the only exit. You just came here for the boots. Now you're going back to the initial room that you were in. Then you just go through the room clockwise and just go back out the way you came.
Is this the way I came?
Technically not from that direction, but yeah, that would be the exit.
Woohoo!
Since it's directly behind where you're going, then clockwise or counterclockwise, you'd still have to go from 6 to 12 either way. So, now you've got the dungeon item, you have everything other than the keys and the boss key to complete the dungeon. That's where you came in from.
That's where I came in from.
And you must solve the puzzle that is in this room.
Oh no.
So with the hover boots, you can get across that gap, but the gate is closed. Now it says, make my beak face the skull of truth. The alternative is descent into deep darkness.
Now, which way is that thing? Oh god. Okay.
Well, looks like you picked wrong.
I learned what that meant today.
The key word in that phrase is the skull of truth. And then you have another item with the name truth in it.
This one?
Yep, it's the only one that doesn't disappear when it's got the lens of truth on it.
Okay.
That actually is randomized. I think it is a different one on every save file. And it's actually different on every run into the temple, because when I did my practice run, I had the one, like, the direction you're pushing, I had to go 2 more skulls to the right. So, it is actually different for, like, if you left and came back, it probably would change.
That's too far. Stop pushing. Why is it still pushing?
It'll let you probably walk away slightly and turn around, but now that you pushed it that far, there's really going to be no difference. It's also because it's locked. Like, if you start pushing it and it starts moving, you could literally just, like, let go of all the buttons and it would still force you to push it all the way.
Yeah.
It's because it doesn't want you to have it be, like, 3 degrees off, even though you clearly knew what the right answer was, and then screw you over as a result. I'm sure they made that mistake with the puzzle either before or after this at some point down the line.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
And so
That's why you kind of have to
now...
walk away a little bit, I think, is just in case like you push it too far and you want to walk around the part that you have to push it the other direction.
Hover boots, I guess.
Yep.
Terrifying.
Yep, just a little bit.
Also, I'm gonna
Save the game.
show that again real quick, just for the record of how well this controls.
It controls like ice physics. Thankfully, I don't think they double down if you actually do use it in an ice room, but there's no point you ever have to do that, and I don't know why to God you would do that anyway, but...
Right. Oh, I know what this thing is. It's got an eye.
Yep.
It's gonna shoot lasers at me.
So, for the record, whether you decide to destroy it with bombs or not, the right room will... Both the left and right walls that have the dirt pattern on them, both of those are fake. The middle one is real and you actually do have to blow it up. The right one will lead to the compass. You can totally skip it if you want to. The left one will lead to a key that you need to get through the center one, because the center door is locked, so you have to take the left path. You also don't have to kill that thing if you don't want to. You can literally just like run to the left entrance. The eye's not even facing you right now, so...
Left. Okay. I know what to do here. Apparently, what I'm doing here is missing that. Okay. Ouch.
The funny thing is, if you actually time it correctly, you can roll underneath those.
I did not time that correctly.
I tried to roll underneath them 3 different times in here whenever I was playing, and I only got it right once, so... It definitely takes a bit of practice.
I don't see anything to click. Can I? Let's see.
You don't need to look through this puzzle.
Woohoo! Excellent.
There's a room somewhere in here that's not required, but it is in the Master Quest version, where the little spinning thing that's in the center is invisible.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Thankfully, again, only required in the Master Quest version. It is in this version. I think it's just in a room with like a skull and some other,
Is there somewhere else you need to go? Or
There's some other stuff, but nothing you need.
Okay.
I assume we're skipping all the excess junk,
Yes.
because I did not practice that for one.
Oh god. And then...
You will have to blow up the center wall. The center one is an actual wall. Nice. Nice. You should drop bombs as well. Remember, if you want to drop a bomb, you either like just don't move whenever you've got it in your hands, or you can hit R, which will pull out your shield, and that will literally just drop it at your feet.
Woohoo!
I think I prefer using the R to hit the shield button, but that's just because I know it's more reliable than it being like, oh, you were just barely moving, we're gonna throw it. And now for my favorite room.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he won't be the last one. If you get semi-close to him to get him to hop down, and then I mean, yeah, you can spin around like that too. The small part of his body is an actual shell, so the sword will not cut through it. No, that will. I don't know why. I feel like a sword is stronger than the actual like little point latchy thing of a
I agree.
hook shot, but whatever.
I probably should not have hit that the way that it was aimed.
I mean,
but-
he takes up most of the hallway, so. Firstly, that is the last hidden one in this area. This like jumps out of nowhere. There are more, but like that the one there is pretty obvious. Like in between the two guillotines.
Where is he?
He's up higher. Like, you can see the shadows slightly. On the ground, anyway. In that little circle right there. Yeah.
I was wondering if I could hit him.
I mean, you can get past the first guillotine and still have plenty of space to where he won't get you. Might be able to get him through the wall, I don't know. Nope. Well, they actually thought of that. I'm kind of proud of them for that. I figured you could just get him right through the wall. Oh well.
Unfortunate.
For as scary as those things look, I think they only do half a heart worth of damage if you actually get hit by them. Another Wall Master, which I've never had a problem with because like they're literally just in this hallway. The second you leave the hallway, he's gone. He's coming after you though. Probably. He got you. He got you through the power of doing the one thing that he can do well: grabbing a non-moving target. Which now makes me realize why they're so much worse in Wind Waker. It's funny how little the hover boots are used in this dungeon, now that I think about it.
Spectacular.
Fun fact, to get in here on a randomizer once, I had to use the hover boots to hover halfway across and then pull up the hook shot in midair as I was falling and hit the target.
Nope.
Did it in one try, too. I was actually really proud of myself.
That's insane.
Had to get in here for, I think, the slingshot of all things.
Are they all gonna...
No, this isn't that hallway. Different hallway.
Oh, okay.
Again, you can just skip him. Because he's going to respawn every time you come in this room.
I thought the wall responded too. It didn't.
Sorry, it reminded me of a Phoenix Wright thing of like, at one point, because you're trying to stall the trial to get somebody out of a hostage situation, and Edgeworth like screams, "Objection!" And he's like, "Yes, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth?" I was trying to come up with a reason to object while I was objecting. I didn't. And the judge is like,
Spectacular.
"Okay, so we're moving on." Objection! And he actually does come up with something the second time. Just that pause of like, I was trying to think of something clever. I couldn't do it.
Forgot about that one.
Hi. I feel like after the third one, it's basically just Sokka screaming sneak attack. Like, you know he's there.
Yeah. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Oh god.
Not bad.
That.
And the problem with falling off is, because you're not technically entering any doors, that's going to send you all the way back here. So you have to kill the spiders again.
Oh fuck. Those spiders. You're right.
Yeah, the first time I played through this dungeon, I had to come through this room a lot. When in reality, I think you only have to come through here the one time.
Unless you suck.
I'm pretty sure I went through this room like 6 or 7 times. The only upside being is, for whatever reason, the specialists seem to be really good about dropping hearts when you're not full.
Right.
And so, like, I was still getting a net gain of hearts. I think I had 15 when I came through here, but, like, I was still fine health-wise. Because this dungeon, while a joke, playing it normally, on a 3-heart run, it's actually really easy to die in here, because you just take little chip damage, and you're like, oh, it's just a quarter of a heart, it's half a heart, whatever.
Okay. Can I just run across?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was really surprised that you didn't
God.
do that. Oh, it's not even half a heart, it's a quarter of a heart. Okay. So yeah, for all the grandstanding about these being like things that were known for killing people, yeah, it's just a quarter of a heart.
Oh.
And you fell.
Fantastic.
If there's a very key strategy to dealing with those things in that room, it's called holding forward.
Okay. And
Like-
remembering that there's...
They'll probably give you your hearts back since you have to kill 4 of them. Also, hello, Fuller. I hope you like spiders, because we don't.
Okay, well now they're just being moved.
Appreciate your comment.
Yeah, see, no hearts. They do... Oh, 1 heart.
You're saying?
Why is it...
You have the
Oh,
lucky truth on.
I don't know what's going on here.
Normally I wouldn't say anything, especially if it was Brandon playing. Like, I've watched him just drain half his magic meter, having the lens of truth on without realizing it, and it's funny when he does it, but he's also played the game like 86 trillion times. Which is why I kind of want to race him on it again.
No!
You got got by the skull head. Or the flames of the skull head, rather.
Where are
I will
you?
say, it feels like the flaming skull heads between this and the ones that are in that room in the fire temple, they practically pulled that out of like Kaizo Mario. Like, they know exactly where the player's gonna jump, and they always seem to get you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Still don't like spiders, but I appreciate the hearts.
Spider hearts.
Hearts.
Spider hearts. Spider hearts.
Okay, I don't feel like that should have hurt me.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have, but it has to have the hitbox on something, so...
It's probably sitting a little too close to comfort for that.
The funny thing is, it looked like the hook shot went over his head, but it still gave it to you.
Yeah.
Like, alright, well, fine. You won't do that. You found, like, every possible way to almost did that.
Oh god.
He's not even a required fight. If you don't want that, I'd prefer to get him out of the way. Just push him off. There you go, I did.
Or just one hit. God.
So there's invisible platforms over the left, but there's nothing actually worth getting over there. So really, we're just gonna move. Yeah, that one right there. There's no reason to go that direction. So what you want to do is wait for that platform to fall and then jump. The hover boots help a little bit. I don't think they're required, but it makes the jump slightly easier because you get more time in the air.
The
Like,
wall master isn't still following me, is it?
Hmm?
The thing that's gonna put me back to the start?
Yeah, that will be until you enter a new room.
Oh, okay. There just needed not safe though.
Oh, the wall master. I thought you meant the whole thing about like getting sent back to the previous
Jesus.
room just if you fell off.
Oh no 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 no!
Yeah, I was gonna warn you about that, but you went for it. So the idea is to jump for that platform when it's at its lowest, and then jump from its highest to get to that spot.
Oh.
I think that might be the jump that you can't make without the hover boots, unless you time it like really, really well. But I'm pretty sure you can jump without it. As somebody who doesn't like going into their menu to change their boots, I can't imagine why after the last temple that you had to play.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was my reaction when I saw the hover boots in this temple. I was like, oh no, not more boots. Which is also doubly funny because it's pretty much the only of like the 4 pieces here, it's the only one that you would keep the normal one on typically. Because with the tunics, most people either leave the blue one on for the entire game, or they just go to the color they like after they're done with the water temple. The sword, you're going back and forth because as a kid you can only use the Kokiri sword. And as an adult, there are times where you want your shield. So you may not necessarily want the big door on the sword. I guess you don't switch off the final shield after you get it, but you get it so late that like you're essentially using a different shield.
Okay. Somehow I don't feel like that's fair.
Anti-gravity skeletons. Hate them.
Okay.
Bastard skeletons. Gross and skin, you fucks.
Oh god!
I don't know why you stopped moving there.
I thought I was good.
You just keep pulling forward until you're sure you're on the platform, then you can correct.
I was sure. And I was wrong. Hello? Hello. Okay. Thanks for dropping arrows.
You love me? You know what I mean about despite doing this room like 8 times, you don't really ever lose any hearts?
Mm.
Like, you can lose them, but you'll just get them right back.
Okay. I'm wearing my hover boots, though.
Yeah, but you fell stomach first. You got him in his weak point, his top left leg,
Yeah, specifically.
where his heart resides. Maybe that's how we can teach the spies of the world to be less threatening. Just slash off 6 of their 8 legs.
Perfect.
I was really hoping you were going to shove him off the platform there.
I was tempted to try it, but... When it's at its tallest?
Yeah, when it's at its highest, you have more room to fall.
Oh god.
I like that, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be its absolute, like, the highest peak, just whenever you think is good. I feel like the slogan of the Shadow Temple should be, come for the medallions, stay for the spiders. I was gonna say, who in the hell thought, like, when they grow up they wanted to be a spider, and then I realized Spider-Man exists. I bet
Spider-Man didn't want to be Spider-Man when he grew up.
Not a Spider-Man, just a spider. You know, like that kid at America's Funniest Home Videos, he said whenever he grew up he wanted to be a vampire bat?
Okay, but honestly, who wouldn't want to be a vampire bat?
I like the kid after that. I like his answer whenever they asked him. He was just like, I don't want to grow up. I'm like, that is the right answer for that question.
Same, buddy
Like,
boy.
this kid doesn't need to go through high school. He's already learned everything he needs to. He's about to graduate kindergarten. He's already smarter than most people I know.
Everything I needed to learn. I knew everything I needed to know. I learned it or something.
Oh, you mean the issues that most of the people we know have problems with, like don't touch things that don't belong to you, try to share things, don't make loud noises for no reason. These are all applying to one person in mind specifically. You can probably guess who. I wonder if he actually did stay out of the ranch the entire day. My mom and I had a side bet going to see how long he would stay out there.
Oh god.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
You take off the boots now.
Yeah, that's immediately what I'm going to do because I cannot do the next part with them on. Okay.
Hilariously enough, there's one inside of that Beamos, but you can literally just run up to the Beamos and touch it, and it will give it to you.
Really?
Because of the hitbox on the Ruby is larger than the hitbox on the Beamos.
Okay. It's fine.
Also, it's not centered perfectly, as I just realized, so...
Yeah.
I didn't blow him up whenever I did, I just, like, ran up, touched and left.
Okay.
To the umbrella Ella room, as I call it. You can't get through the spikes very easily. But there is something that can shield you from
My shield?
Nope. You can't hold your shield up. Not, like, directly above you, anyway. Only one with the Eye of Truth will find the stone umbrella that protects. I didn't get to read the rest of that. Also, thankfully, there's a pretty easy to get gold spiritual in this room. But it's not until you get to the other side of the room. He's hanging out in that left room where the iron bars are.
Do I need to be...
You have to push it all the way.
Okay. And it's not going to kill me the minute that I get it to the right.
Unless you get really unfortunate timing, it's possible.
Oh, that very nearly had very unfortunate timing.
It's that little spot you can go through in the grate there on the left, that's where the little social is. Just hang out there a little.
Hello. Thank you.
As I found out, that is unfortunate when you have the hook shot. I tried to use the backflip trick, and you still can't quite reach him by doing that. So I had to go into my subscreen and pull out this stupid thing to go and get it.
It looks like that's all the way that it
Because
goes.
Link can't just go, can't just reach up and touch it. That should be a bundle of arrows.
Alright. Woohoo! Alright.
Now that you're on the other side of the room, get on top of the block. Because there is a key in this room, that's why we came over here. We need a key. You can walk on the top of those, by the way, for the record, the little things that have the spikes on. You can walk on the top when they're down. And you got everyone's favorite treasure. Depth perception. Also known as blue ring.
Yay! That's gonna help so much with my 500 rupees.
Those are very, very notoriously hated at randomizers because obviously as an item they're completely useless. Like you can just grind money anywhere once you have a sword, which since most people unlock the Temple of Time right away means you can go as an adult and have the Master Sword guaranteed and just cut the grass for money if you really wanted to. And there's other ways to do it too.
I got a key!
It also means in some instances, if you get a bloopy, that the thing in question that was supposed to be in there was either bombs or arrows, like a refill, but you didn't have the bomb bag or the quiver or whatever, and so it just gave you a bloopy instead.
Is there anything else I need to do in here?
No, that's it. You can leave.
Alright.
I think that's the second of 3 keys, not counting the boss key that you need in this dungeon. There's really not that much.
Alright.
So you don't want to actually go back the way you came.
Okay.
There's that little pathway that goes right there. I assume this is what you're supposed to do. You can walk across. And then if you use the Limit of Truth, see there's a platform over there. The first one will not move, by the way. It will stay there. The second one does, but the first one will just stay there. And you're going to want to jump for it while it's moving towards you, because it's not giving you much time to...
Oh, please.
There you go.
Woo.
When I went through this dungeon on the randomizer, I also make that jump blind, which was fun. I missed it like 4 times.
Oh god. Okay. Ow. Okay. There's something invisible.
Yep, there is.
And it's that. Okay. Well.
If you jump attack those guys, then you can kill them in 1 hit.
That is not jump attacking. But that's okay.
You have to hold L and then hit A.
Hold L and then hit A.
Yeah. You don't have to even L target them, just like as long as you're holding L. Chest that has helped many a randomizer player.
Woohoo.
That is the chest that in this room, if you don't have the long shot, is actually required to get through here. If you backflip onto that chest when playing a randomizer and you only have the hook shot, not the long shot, you can just barely make it to the target that's in the top of this room that gets you up that platform up there. And I mean barely get it. It's invisible, by the way, the target.
Of course. Why would it be visible? That's such a silly thing.
Because it doesn't, like, you would think with a hook shot you can't make that, because it looks really far away, but you can just barely get it by doing that technique. You're gonna jump for that one, yeah. There's another invisible target that's on that corner one, you can get it afterwards. This is the one you have to jump for. And in case anybody was wondering, yes, for the record, you can still hook shot / long shot the target while it's invisible, if you know where it is. Or if you're playing a randomizer and the game forces you to do that. That's the downside to playing a randomizer. There's a lot of times it's like, yes, you don't technically need this flash grenade to light up the room to see where you're going if you know the room layout. You don't technically need this lens of truth.
Okay. Is this room closed? I don't have a key.
You don't have a key. You opened a different door in this room.
I opened a different door in this room. That door.
Yep. They pull a lot of quote-unquote tricks on you in this dungeon of like, you killed all the enemies to spawn a chest, but the chest had a useless item in it, so it's not actually what you needed to do to progress. Mm-hmm. Because normally kill all enemies is a good strategy to employ while going through a room. In fact, it's actually required to get out of this room that you have to kill all the enemies, which is just the keys. I think this is... No, there might be one other room in the dungeon that you might have to do. It's like one of the last rooms that might be a kill enemy room. I don't think you need it to get out of the room, but I know you need it for the item that's in there.
Can I please target something? Anything?
No, they're too far away. I would recommend pulling out the bow without L targeting, and then if they get close, it will put the little dot above them, and then hitting L if that happens. Okay. Otherwise, you're just going to get that weird, like, over-the-shoulder bow and arrow view. I think there's one on the wall over there on your left. Yep, there he is. And poor bat. They had to be sacrificed for the greater good. Remember, it's only if the dot appears above their head.
Oh, God.
Or the little, like, yellow, whatever you want, chevrons, I guess. They're not a chevron, it's a triangle, not a chevron, but closest thing I can think of.
I was actually really close to hitting him.
Yeah. There you go.
I took a couple of the arrows, but in the long run, I'm proud of myself. Okay, what else am I supposed to do?
Yep, some bomb
I have some bombs,
Got the lens of truth.
so I'm gonna promptly fall to my death.
Also, lens of truth is not required for this puzzle.
Oh.
Normally I don't give away answers like that, but since it does drain your magic meter, that's kind of an important thing to know. Olé.
Nice!
Hooray! Also, I believe there's a gold squelch on that back wall that was behind the skull. Yep, there it is. Also, one of the few times you get to see the sprite of a key, because normally you find them in chests, rather than it being on the ground like that.
Interesting.
I'm impressed they took the time to actually make that model.
Right?
Though to be fair, a lot of 3D objects have to have an instance of a 2D object to display on whatever sub-screen menu, so that could be part of it as well. They probably just took the picture of that key that's in the bottom left corner and just like gave it a slight little tweak to make it look a little bit more somewhere between 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional.
And now I get to go up there.
Yep.
And now I'm gonna step on the pointy things. I'm so pleased that they gave that to me.
That was very generous of it, yeah.
Yeah. Should have given it to me? Probably not. Oh god.
Ah yes, the room with the fan, I remember this one. You will need boots. But they will not be hover boots, unfortunately for you.
That's why these things move so slow. It's because I'm going to be moving slower.
He looks like he's angry while he's walking wearing those. Okay, There's Pit.
Which means I gotta switch boots?
Nope. Still the fan blowing your way. You actually want to keep those on. There's another way to get across. That is not very well indicated, surprisingly. There will not be anything behind you. It's something you can see on the screen right now, from this viewpoint. You can't see it anymore, though. Yep. It is the only time that you can latch onto wood. I think it's because, like, in theory, they've shown pictures of the hook shot before.
I'm gonna go down that, right?
Yeah, you can just hit down on the action icon if you don't hit any of the buttons when you go down. Or, like, whenever he's just grabbing onto the ledge, it says down. You can just, like, not hit any direction and hit A.
Okay.
But I think it's because, like, the hook shot shoots out and then it's got, like, a few barbs on it, and so it can attach to wood but not, like, metal or stone. Because the wood obviously has more give to it.
Oh!
It's blocked. Yeah, that's a fake eye switch. I think that's our first time seeing that. Just gonna hang out there.
Oh, well, now he can't hit me. Oh god!
You were saying?
Well,
Yeah, the fire will follow you, which is kind of weird, but yeah, it will absolutely follow you.
rude. Rude. Rude.
Yeah, party.
Get off of me. I am, in fact, L targeting. Not you.
I mean, you can just slash it at this point. He doesn't be interested in you.
He's really not interested.
He looked like he was trying to go comfort his dead friend, honestly.
Yeah, now I kind of feel bad.
Alright, so there is no chest in here, however there is a hint on how to proceed. You L target that little thing that Navi's looking at, and then hit up on the C stick. I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path.
So these ones?
You actually need both boots to solve this puzzle, so I would start with the iron boots. Technically, there's a couple ways to do it, but I find this to be the easiest way to do it. Is when you exit this room, because there's a bunch of fans that were in the previous room that were blowing in different directions.
Yes.
One of them will actually blow you to the correct way. It will send you the way forward you need to go. Now you find that, however,
very nice. Is gonna be that one. Okay, okay. Okay, so first of all.
you want to watch when the fan is blowing for this too. You wait until it's going at a speed like that, and then go in and change your boots. And it's not going to just send you straight there. You actually do have to hold the direction as well. Otherwise, it'll push you off and you'll fall.
Oh god. All right. Exciting.
Okay, so fun fact, you can skip almost everything in this room. That little pile that's to your right, directly to your right,
Yeah.
you can't see it on your screen.
Yeah.
Blow that up with a bomb. Remember I said a lot of these rooms try to make it act like you should kill all enemies to progress, and then give you a chest that actually doesn't have what you need? This is another one of those rooms.
Rude. Oh god.
That'll still work. It's invisible. You were in front of it a second ago, that's why I said open.
Oh.
Also, you can take off the boots.
Okay.
You're turning into Brandon. You're just gonna wear them everywhere now. Skiing. If you kill the enemies, unsurprisingly, it gives you another blue beak.
Yes,
So if you
I
want to
need
kill
more
them,
of
feel
those.
free. If you don't care, just pass them.
Well,
That's one way to do it, I guess. I didn't realize the jars pushed the Gyptos off. That's funny.
apparently. Okay.
Alright, I'm going to save you some time on this. Use the hook shot on the ladder up there, the very top of the ladder, and hold forward whenever you are starting to get pulled towards it. Probably have to be the center ladder, yeah. Hold forward, not the C stick.
Yes.
There you go. Now you don't have to do the block pushing.
Woohoo.
I think it's because it's a specific asset of like an incomplete ladder that causes that, but I'm not sure why, because you can't do that with most ladders. It's one of the very rare exceptions, and I don't know why, but it's better than having to push a block for 30 seconds. I never thought about playing the Nocturne Shadow on that. That would also be a good answer, though. Because that is the dungeon, like the way it works here.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna miss the sculpture.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, I do not remember how to get to that one. I really don't. I know I picked it up before when I did a full 100% run of this game, but I don't remember how to get there now. But it's fine, it's not a big deal.
Oh. Hey, bud.
Yeah. This is just something for you to do while you're waiting for the boat to get to the end of its ride. You got plenty of time to kill. some point the boat's gonna start sinking, which, I mean, you can jump off now. If you jump to the left, then you'll be able to land on solid ground. There you go.
I'm there. I'm good. I'm on a safe platform. Thanks.
I was already in a different room whenever that message popped up for me.
I can use my hover boots there.
Different answer.
There's a door?
Yeah. You can solve that puzzle now, but you have to come through here anyway to get in. There is a key in here and a boss key as well.
Fantastic.
So this is an invisible maze. I prefer to just go through it like this, because you can see where all the enemies are. But if you want to keep the lens on, you can keep it on too. Now you're in a trap room with spikes caving in very slowly. You can just use dense fire and kill them. Or I guess a fire arrow on each one works. It's like the slowest trap in the history of the world. Like Indiana Jones probably could have written a letter to his wife if he was married, I don't know.
One of his many,
Love interests.
yeah.
One of those, got it.
He's got a new one every movie, pretty much.
That's just a hoax chest, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's a movie in that one. That's what you came in here for.
I'm still standing on the corpse.
It's fine.
Fantastic.
We got the boss key. Now you can get inside the chamber where the boss lurks.
Wunderbar. Don't mind me. Just, you know, jumping on corpses.
Yep, the blue beam.
Fantastic. Alright.
You'll be grateful for the junk chests having a blue ruby compared to what they can have later on. Which is an ice trap, by the way. Remember how the ice keys can freeze you? Yeah, some chests can do that later on.
Ooh, love that.
Yep. Which is really good because in a randomizer, you can make it to where there's a setting where if a chest is not a key item, like a key, you know, the dungeon item, whatever, it can be that trap, and you can also set a modifier to where you die in one hit from anything, including the trap chests.
Rip.
I don't know why you would do that, but I kind of like that you can, and no, I will not do one. Somebody is going to have to donate $1,000 for me to do a stream on that. I'm not doing it otherwise.
I hear a spatula.
Yeah. He's below the rotating skull.
Oh, the same place.
Mm-hmm. There's actually not a key, surprisingly, in one of those. There's a bundle of arrows in one, a thing of rupees in one, and nothing in one.
Oh, so there's not a point in
Yeah,
doing this?
really, you just come in here for the skull shell, and that's about it. It's a good trick, though, because, like, the first one you do, you actually have to do.
Yeah.
You would think, oh, yeah, it's this room again, I just gotta find the right one. But, nope, he's not in here. It's an easy skull shell pickup, though. That's nice.
Which I have...
6, yep,
46? Oh, 4 short.
I can think of at least
And
where
7 years ago.
I can think of at least where 3 are right now later on in the game, so really we should be fine. The baby floor masters.
They can mind their business.
Yeah, well now you're gonna have to fight one. It's also invisible. You have to kill the children. They're also invisible.
I'm just really trusting this targeting system.
Yeah, one's got you. There you go. Kill them all.
Woohoo!
He's really not, like, the worst thing he can do is the part where he's invincible when he turns green, but after you hit him once, he gets split into mini ones, so.
Mm-hmm.
It's not horrible. Like, the invisible thing's more just obnoxious than anything. And now that infernal beeping has stopped, thank goodness.
I'd like some more hearts, please.
Nope.
Does this have more hearts?
Nope.
I know this doesn't have more hearts.
No, that's the key.
I got a thing.
That's why you need this whole set of 4 rooms.
Alright. Now let's play a game called Does Nikki Remember the Way Back? The answer may not surprise
You
you.
just kept taking a right, which is what I do in these, and just like take a right on every corner and then just go through every door. And
Ouch.
after you go through 4 doors, you'll be back where you started.
Ouch.
Yeah, that whole invincible thing, yeah.
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I just run past them.
Is it this one? Alright.
Yep.
Can I have some hearts, please?
No, but you can have a beeping noise. I think that's supposed to be there to give you a hint of what you're supposed to do, but it's not anything you need to actually progress.
Can.
So I guess you could use the scarecrow song to get across if you learned it. But, arrows.
Helpful.
That may or may not be a hint as to what you're supposed to do.
Oh, do I fire arrows?
Nope, just arrows.
Oh.
Tragically, it's not possible to impale yourself. I've tried. Because that would absolutely kill Link if it hit him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think there's an 8 heart. Might also just give you arrows in a second. I don't know. Yep, just arrows. I know if you back up slightly, you can play the Song of Time and make a block appear there to get that 1 heart. I think the other ones you have to have the Scarecrow song for, which we have skipped since it is not required. Save and return to dawn of the first day. Oh wait, wrong game. I'll always die on that hill. Don't get me wrong, this game's iconic, but it's no Majora's Mask.
Mommy, I can see that, but
Yeah.
How?
You need the Scarecrow song, you don't have it. That's the one where you have to go to Lake Hylian and teach the Scarecrow song, and then if you play it in certain parts of the dungeons, it'll appear.
oh, gross.
Yeah, not a fan. Also, you're in the second to last room of the dungeon. You're almost done.
I'll probably use a fairy right before
I mean, they'll activate automatically if you die, so.
That's a good point.
I usually go for the left one. It doesn't look like you can make it, but he'll grab on as long as you keep holding forward. There you go. That's the dungeon. Very different from the last 2, which are very long dungeons.
Very different. I don't want to jump in there. Do I need to jump in there?
That's where the boss is.
Oh,
You can turn the hover boots on or off. I found ultimately the result for me to be about the same. It kind of just depends on if you want them on or not.
do they actively help?
I feel like it's the same either way, personally. When I did the test run, I did not put them on.
I'll try it.
If anybody in the chat actually knows if you're supposed to put those on or not, please let me know, because I honestly do not know. it's time for
Big
Ben's
hand.
favorite boss fight in the game.
Big hand.
It might
I'd
still
say
be
it's-
Brandon's. I don't know. I haven't asked him recently what his favorite boss fight in the game is. It used to be this one. Bongo bongo.
Alright. So am I supposed to fight the hands?
Yep, pretty much. The strategy for this, I usually get towards the edge of the arena, so they're not as all over the place.
Oh, jeez. I would like to not be doing this right now. Or that.
Also, you're standing in poison, so you should probably get back to the arena.
Okay.
That's kind of one of the reasons I prefer to not have the boots on those. If I get thrown off the arena, I don't have to ice physics my way back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna...
So the idea for this is you want to shoot both of the hands, which will stun them. And then after, shoot with the bow and arrow. And then after they're stunned, use the lens of truth and it will make the main part of the boss appear where the eye is. And then you shoot the eye. But you do have to have the lens of truth on.
Okay. So...
Otherwise that will...
Fantastic. Okay. Okay, so lens of truth and turning the wrong way. And shooting and shooting.
I don't even use the L targeting on the hands, I do it all manually.
Please don't. Okay.
Mainly because of stuff like that, like the L targeting can't reach stuff directly above you very easily.
Okay. Oh god. Stop that. Oh. I did shoot. I feel like that should count. Don't do this. I really don't appreciate it.
So after that, you fall to the floor.
Yep. And the wall.
Yep. Everything, really. Got right in the thumb now.
Why is it that whenever I shoot it, when it's on its way to me, it doesn't count?
Because for whatever reason, whenever it does the thing where it balls up into a fist, it's actually invincible. But when it does any other pattern where it like cuts across or slaps you or whatever, it's not. I don't know why it's only with whenever it balls up into a fist like that.
God damn it. Dave.
And
Okay.
lens back on.
And then
Then shoot the eye.
shoot the eye. I did shoot the eye, for the record. I didn't count that.
Tell it to pass me playing this game where I could see the eye sticking out of his head as I fell over into game over animation. I'm still mad about that.
This is already going poorly.
Got arrows.
I don't know what to do with this
They
one.
drop arrows. If, like, there's some on the ground over by the other hand that's done.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'm really using motion on this one, I don't know.
Oh.
Well, it didn't reach all the way there. Yeah, you can.
Ow.
Didn't
Yes.
realize that. That's cool.
That may be a better bet, to be honest. Okay, so...
Okay, now you drop it. I don't know if it'll work on this, though. No, it does. Alright, we'll slash away. The upside to the point where he's stunned, where he can slash him, is he has like almost 0 invincibility frames. So you can just go to absolute town on him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to stun the eye with the hook shot. You don't have to, I don't think. I think you can slash, but you have to time it. But I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I usually just hit it from a distance whenever he's coming towards me because he's going in a straight line. But clap your hands. Yeah, I did.
Oh my god. The only downside is that the hook shot, you kind of have to commit to longer.
Yeah, you do. The part of the whole balancing thing is why some people prefer to have the hover boots on for that, is because when you bounce, you'll actually stay in the air for a little bit longer. But I still prefer to keep the boots off, personally, but whichever works for you. I've honestly found no difference. Like, they each have their advantages and their drawbacks, and it doesn't seem to change the overall difficulty of the fight for me. Hands. They're reminiscent to Fighting Master and Crazy Hand and Smash. Or Andros and Star Fox. Anything that's got 2 disembodied hands. Stop them from doing that. Alright, he's stunned.
Okay.
Yeah, he's down. That's another reason I don't like the boots, is because it takes too long to
Damn
get to
it.
him.
Yeah, nice. Oh, you know what? I can't do that whilst in hover boots because whenever you're hovering, you can't.
You can, it's just you're falling too fast by the time that it's like actually starting to let go is the point where the hover effect wears off.
Oh shit. Move! God damn
So I
it.
guess overall it probably is best to do this without the hover boots. It feels weird having the dungeon item not be the way to do it. I didn't realize the item was never so long, and that's kind of cool.
It doesn't let you target in adequate time.
Nope. That's why I would just do it manually, because he's going right at you, so he's moving in a straight line towards you.
Yeah.
Also, now's your chance to go back and get arrows, since you're at the start of the temple. And fairies.
Yeah. Okay.
At least now you understand why that guy was an absolute pain in the ass when I did this on a 3-heart run.
Yeah.
And I did not take any fairies in that fight with me. I think I took 1, maybe. I think that was my rule, was 1 fairy per dungeon.
Okay.
the fastest place to get arrows probably would be in Kakariko, is just to go to the shop here and just get them that way.
Okay.
I think you can buy a bundle of 50 for 90 rupees. Oh hey, Brandon got a copy of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game on Switch.
Nice. Which shop is it at again? Where's the shop?
Should be towards the exits at Kakariko. That's the exit to Hyrule Field.
This way?
Yep, north. Should be that left one, I think. Or maybe it's... No, it is the left one. I think I had it right originally. Yep, there they are. That's what you get for mashing. Now you get to mash more. So much more.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, there's 10 for 20.
Oh, there's...
Yeah, there was other options. I was trying to remember I know that one's 50 for 90. I don't remember what the third one is for options.
That should be all of them. Yeah.
Yep. It'd be a full restock, even if you had the last floor upgrade, that'd be full.
Okay. And then... fairies.
Indeed, Mr. Crocker. That was a Fairly Odd Parents reference.
I did recognize that reference. A, up, left, right, left, right.
I might try to find some of the older episodes for you to watch that were actually really funny.
Also, major shout out to these guys for recognizing that I didn't want to have to walk all the way over here. Like, having those be a warp point, such a good idea.
You do get the Majora's Mask as well, thankfully. They work a bit differently. Basically, the idea is instead of having like different warp songs, you actually only have one song, which is called the Song of Soaring, and you can find elf statues around the world, and if you hit them with your sword, then you can...
Okay, that was great.
Yep. If you hit them with your sword, then you can play the Song of Soaring and work to that point at any point afterwards. Remember, they don't like you getting near them. Also, you just bought 50 arrows. How'd you lose 5? Oh, right, the big...
Yeah.
You're gonna die if you're not careful.
I know. Stop! I did not intend to get up that time. I'm actively swimming away. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Actually, while we're waiting on that.
for Skyward Sword, you only got 8 hearts after you had used up the fairy.
Ugh.
To be fair, I think they kind of realized it was overpowered to basically have, like, a free refill on life, and it automatically activates if you die.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, the red potion always stayed the same. Like, that was always, at least in the 3D games, a full heal, but you had to remember to use it. Which I feel is a fair trade. As any Overwatch support main would know, watch your health. As any DPS would never know, watch your health.
Consume the fairies.
Be careful how you use that word after you play Majora's Mask. Unless you want to have nightmares about the moon consuming the entire world. Because yes, that does almost happen. Or if you let it happen, it can happen.
Like, everything that I've heard about Majora's Mask just sounds so weird.
It's a super creepy game. It's extremely creepy. That's kind of why I love it, though. And also why it terrified me as a child. Because it came out when I was 5, and I first played it when I was 8, and I definitely should not have played it when I was 8. But again, this was a time before the ESRB ratings existed. Which technically means that if we're going by the initial release of this game is rated E for everyone.
What was it?
Left, right, right, A, left, right, down.
Left, right, right.
A. Left,
Left,
right, down.
right, A, left, right, down.
Because back then, there was technically an ESRB rating, but it was only 2 things. Adults, not adults.
Yeah.
So, like, M and E for everyone. There was no teen, there was no E10+. Plus. It's weird to think about that, though. Of course, it's weird to think that 2 years from now, this game's going to be celebrating its 25th anniversary.
Ew.
I know. This game's not that much younger than me. If we're going by Japanese release, it's the same age as you. Or at least in the same year. Yeah, that spot's a little glitchy because of how the tongue comes out of the monster's mouth, so it's not a perfectly flat object, so it likes to freak out a little bit there sometimes. Go around.
It didn't see me at all.
We've already played that song.
And spider. Spider. It's like I knew you were here somewhere.
Yeah. You're thinking the second hallway where one appears much earlier. Ripples.
Damn it. Forgot about him.
Well, he didn't forget about it. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
What's the phrase, a spider never forgets?
I don't know if that's quite it, but let's go with that, sure. Okay. I'm aware. I'm aware.
gave some more arrows.
Yep. That's why I was fighting him.
I figured you just didn't want to be interrupted while you were doing this. That's usually why I kill him.
I mean, that too.
I have had a time where his sword clipped me as I was running through the air with the hover boots on it and just sent me to do this. I was like, you fucker, that didn't hit me. Remember, you don't have to go through that door because that was just a key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just turning back around to the little thing. I just need to take off my boots first. Because they're annoying. Wait, do I have to turn back on? No. I need this though. Oh god.
Want to see if you can get out with that light truth on? You go a little bit left from where you were, but other than that, you were pretty close.
Oh, a lot left. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna get over that tree. Be nice to me, please. Thank you.
We're not counting that as you doing it without the lens of truth.
Oh no, absolutely not. No.
Not by
I was
a long
way
shot.
off.
And that pun was intentional.
Oh. Because we haven't seen the last of the iron boots.
Oh no, no. In fact, you need them up 3 units an hour. Well, if you hate them that much, that's one more reason to join the side of Majora's Mask. There is no iron boots in that game.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is there a boot upgrade, nor is there a tunic upgrade in Majora's Mask.
It doesn't change, right?
No, it's still 1. No, that would be pretty dickish if it did that. Not that I would put it past the game to do it.
Actually, I should make sure it's actually like blowing up the switch. Okay. That's gonna light me on fire.
More than likely, but the one will probably push away.
I'm glad that that worked because I had no idea where I was going.
There you go. Easy, you can just skip all this.
Hi.
Gotta go slow. Okay, you jumped into that. That might be the first time we've ever used a side hop before. At least in Ocarina.
Probably.
And now it is time for more Stalfos. Bye. Oh, what? He got back up there.
Lame.
That should have absolutely knocked him off the map completely. I played enough Soul Calibur to know what a ring out is.
Okay.
I remember I don't know if it was when we were doing the LP or if it was when Brian and I were playing it on our own time. We actually had one time where we hit the edge of the stage in Soul Calibur and rolled back on and it still counted as a ring out.
I don't know what just happened there, but...
He killed that guy.
With that camera, I mean.
And now you jump off.
Yum.
There's some more magic in that pot over there too. Because you left the dungeon, so it will reset. Yep, nice. We're probably gonna want that. I usually don't find running out of magic to be an issue in this fight, but it never hurts to have more. Now, the third boss fight in Majora's Mask, yes, all the damn time. The first time I played, I went in with 3 things of green potion and used them all, and still ran out of magic.
I'm not sure what just happened.
You jumped on a visible platform and then you jumped off because there's not one in the center.
Yes, I had a brain fart.
Not to be confused with the cloud fart.
I do, in fact, need the boots for this.
Yeah.
Same.
Doink. Hey, I've just been hanging out playing this bongo waiting for you.
Okay.
Oh, that was weird. It looked like he was trying to go behind you and then he just changed his mind.
Thank you.
Also, you have arrows now.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother trying to out-target him while he's doing that. I would just do it manually.
And I do have to shoot.
Yes, you do have to shoot him. I'm pretty sure. I think you can hit him with good timing, but he goes so fast that like you have to either get really lucky or be really good with your timing.
Okay.
Now you don't need the lens of truth to hit him. If you know where the eye is, you can hit the eye while he is invisible. Which isn't too terribly hard because you can make an educated guess on where it is based on the position of the hands.
I keep being facing the wrong direction whenever I...
Yeah, remember you can just like go into first person with the bow and arrow and then just move.
Yes, I just keep facing the wrong direction.
Well, yeah, that will put you in the right direction though, is you can just do it that way. Rather than trying to orient yourself hitting L and then switching to the bow and arrow. Nice, good block.
Oh god, that was when I had both of them.
Yep.
Okay, I got that.
Nice dodge.
Yes, that's what I was doing. Okay.
be able to get to him exactly. You didn't get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's random what he does if you stun one, if it's the punch, the slap, or the, well, he smashed it down, did you? Alright, arrows. I guess they literally just throw them at you. So you didn't, normally I noticed it whenever you hit them and, like, damage them, but I guess they just straight up give them to you, too. You might want to see if you can hit him without shitting with the arrow hook shot, because it's taking you so much time to line up that shot, and I don't think you're going to have enough time to.
Yeah, it's just not working.
So I would say, like, if you're going to lock on and hit the, or if you go into first person to hit the second hand, is just stay in first person and turn the lens on, because you don't have to be in third person to turn the lens. Backing out the third person and then putting on the lens and then switching to that fire when you could just turn the lens on while you're on the bow and arrow. That would probably give you enough time to actually line up your shot.
This is helpful.
Yep, sure
At
is.
this point in time. That's exactly what I need.
Did you know you could see Bongo Bongo from just the Eye of Truth? That looks inappropriate.
Unfortunately, that was too far away.
Yeah. You kind of have to play a game of chicken with it. Like, if you let him get closer, then there's a chance you get hit, but it also means you don't have to run up to him as far. You can get him more times. I think there is, like, a set amount of damage he can take per stun cycle, so where you can't just kill him in one round, but I think I got him in 2. It was either 2 or 3, I don't remember. So you did a pretty good amount of damage on the first one, so if you do that one more time, I'm pretty sure you can get him. Switch the hook shot, you probably would have got him there.
Okay.
I think you just got to pick between whether you want to L target the boss every time or not L target the boss every time. If you want to L target him, move a little bit closer. If you don't want to L target him, then just keep your distance from him.
I think I might also switch where I'm keeping my items, which sounds super lame. But I've discovered that whenever I panic because he's coming right towards my face, I hit the down button instinctively, which switches me to my hook shot.
Yeah.
Hook shot, which doesn't help whenever I'm trying to shoot him with a bow and arrow.
I always felt like the bow and arrow is more natural than the down button anyway. Because it's like you're pulling back or pulling down on bow string. Always be the controls for Wind Waker, because instead of using the C stick, they used Y, Z, and X.
Absolutely not.
I'll be sure to add that to the list of games to make you play them. You probably wouldn't like Wind Waker, because the first time I played it, I hated Wind Waker. I thought it was terrible.
Well, and I know that there's a bunch of like sailing or whatever.
Yeah, there is. The more times I've played it, the more I've liked it. It's just I really did not like it the first time. And it wasn't well received when it came out either because of the graphics. But I never had a problem with the graphics. I thought the graphics were phenomenal. I don't know what that's a reference to.
So there's this song.
Is it the, I almost said Sonata of Awakening, is it the Minuet Forest? Is that the song?
So there's a song that the Muppets did, and one of the Muppets is named Animal and doesn't speak very clearly at any point in time. And so
He's the willpower of the Muppets, got it.
And so the song goes mana mana, and then the background singers sing do 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 mana mana do 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 mana mana do 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 do.
You know, I've literally never seen the Muppets anything ever.
That's perfectly fine. I have not until semi-recently when they put it on Disney Plus, and Kylan made me watch all of it.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Kill him for money too if you want more money. Since you used up some for the arrows. Just slash him with a sword.
Come here.
Go for your ankles. Go for the Charlie horse.
All 15.
Yep. You can kill that guy right now and just slash him.
Oh.
I meant, well, you weren't out in that open area, but now you're gonna get got again.
Yeah. Get moving. Go.
What was Muppets on anyway? Was that PBS broadcasting or something else? Like initially, obviously not now. But
It's on Disney Plus. I don't know, honestly.
Because bear in mind, being the grandpa, we only had so many channels when I was growing up.
Well, so did we, and we never watched it.
Well, by so many, I mean 3. Because that's all my dad wanted to pay for at the time.
That's true.
He had Fox News, ESPN, and like some other third thing. That was all he wanted, so.
Of course.
To think he used to shun YouTube, and now all he does is just sit on the couch watching gun advocation videos on YouTube.
It's maybe like, I don't think it's PBS. But it's maybe like ABC, maybe? I'm trying to think of who all Disney's bought that it could be, because it wasn't initially Disney, I don't think.
Absolutely everything. They have bought everything and they will
Yeah,
not stop.
see, and that's the problem. They've bought everything.
If they buy Nintendo, I'm selling every console I own. Like, it would
God.
just depress me to beyond belief. Also, I would find that very ironic because, like, one of their big things is, like, yeah, you should, like, indulge your creativity. And by buying out every other company, it's actively stopping that development from happening.
Right.
We want you to, like, be creative, but just, like, as long as it's exactly what we tell you to do.
There are a couple brave souls that are attempting to do a monopoly lawsuit against them. To which I say Godspeed.
I was gonna say, like, that may not work now, but if they keep going the way they are, give it some time and it probably would work, actually.
I mean, it should work now.
Also, that wasn't full, since you didn't pull it from a bottle. It probably won't work right now, solely because, like, television isn't considered an essential business or something like that. I'm sure there's, like, some law about that of, like, oh, you're not doing it with, like, medicine or, you know, automotive or something. It's not something that people need. You don't need TV. And so as a result, they're like, oh, well, in that case, it's not important. But give it, like, 5-10 years, and yeah, that could definitely hold a lot more water.
Oh, for sure. Left, right, A. Left, right, down. I was able to remember something for 15 seconds.
You did it.
Be proud of me.
That's better than me doing memory match on Mario Party 1 the other day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just saw that like 30 seconds ago and I already forgot what it was. And side note, don't play a memory game after you've been awake for over 20 hours.
Yeah, no, that doesn't go well. Nope.
So now you're gonna have to get rid of that muscle memory of having it on down all the time.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to remember what I was thinking of in my head the other from watching in my head the other day. Is obviously carnival games are rigged. That probably comes as no surprise to you nor anybody watching this.
Oh yeah.
Carnival games are absolutely rigged. But how they rig the 3-pointer one is they, instead of making, because a normal 3-pointer is 12 feet high off the ground, and the ones in carnivals are 13 feet off the ground. So it's like not a huge change, but it's just enough where if you've got like a 3-pointer locked in your muscle memory, it can screw you up.
Oh yeah.
And so having muscle memory can actively make that harder for you rather than easier. It's also farther back. I don't remember by how much though. I don't remember what a standard 3-pointer is from the 3-point line. I think they changed it from like 15 to 18 or something like that. Again, it's not a big change, but it's enough to where like if you measured it, you would see the difference. Which is also why they have it on that slanted angle all the time, so it's harder to tell because it's not loaded.
I remember you this time. That you could get me. Joke's on you. That one got me.
I wasn't even going to say anything because I was like, I bet the fourth one's going to, but I'm not going to open my mouth and give her any hints about that.
Well, okay, to be fair, it wasn't that I forgot about it, it was that my stupid shoes. I'm pulling a Sherwood and it's not going well for me already.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to remember if there's any bosses in particular he struggled against, but I honestly do not remember. Though to be fair, when I first watched him play, he'd already beaten the game like 5 times, so... I know he kind of struggled against Mogera as a Waker, but like everybody does, so... I mean, like, at least you get to listen to good boss music while you're getting your ass kicked by it, but still...
okay. enough time.
Didn't have the patience.
Nope.
And you were rewarded with death.
Yep.
And spiders. You're also rewarded with spiders.
Nope. I mean, that worked, but that's not what I wanted to do. Shoot them with a little spider. God, these are so slippery.
You know, oddly enough, I don't think those ever made a reappearance in the series, the hover boots. The Iron Boots did. The Iron Boots are in Wind Waker. I don't think the hover boots ever did. I'm actually gonna check. I'm pretty sure they never came back, though. I think I would have remembered those. There's like a sort of version of them. There's something called the Pegasus Boots, which in the old games allowed you to run.
Fantastic.
Where you would like dash, and if you had level 2 Pegasus Boots, you could dash across gaps. That's probably about as close as you'd get, though. Yep, they're only in 2 other games. Hyrule Warriors, which is a Dynasty Warriors crossover, so like not a main staple Zelda game, and it appeared as a badge. And Cadence of Hyrule, which is a music-based rhythm game, so also not a Zelda game. I've not played Cadence of Hyrule, but I've heard the music for it, and it is extremely good. Meanwhile, they escaped the fate room. You did not, in fact, escape your fate. Right in the left eye.
Yep.
Or at least the eye on its shell. I don't think that's its actual eyes. I'm
Nope.
pretty sure it's just the skull. I wanted to like practically pet you on the head. You were so close to it.
Yeah. Ow.
I don't know why you stood under that.
I meant to stand, like, right next to it. Get off. Go away. Okay.
I mean, that one's stationary, so you're good on that.
I know. This makes me nervous.
Anything to make the butt cheeks clench.
Alright. Hey, second try. This time I actually didn't look.
The good news is I wasn't looking either, so I don't believe you.
What?
Sorry, that's how the internet works. how fitting, since you were mentioning Shakespeare earlier, the humanities department posted a meme. Shakespeare spoilers. Hamlet, everyone dies. Macbeth, everyone dies. King Lear, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Austen spoilers. Pride and Prejudice, everyone gets married. Emma, everyone gets married. Sense and Sensibility, everyone gets married. Also, if you've not read Pride and Prejudice, don't. It's so bad, my mom didn't finish it.
Oh.
That's how bad it is. And my mom reads a book a day, and has for years. Zelda Informer to determine which Ganondorf is the most fun to fight, and Breath of the Wild Ganon just lost. Which is good, because that fight is crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the one that you can get right off the first island and go beat?
That's the one. And it's not difficult, it's just incredibly time consuming. Also, the second phase of it is an absolute joke. It got beat by Twilight Princess Ganondorf, which I feel is completely fair, because for all the shit that I give Twilight Princess, the final boss fight against Ganondorf is phenomenal. It's easily my favorite Ganondorf boss fight. So now it is Wind Waker Ganondorf versus Breath of the Wild Ganon for third place crown. Which I'd argue both of those aren't great, but I'd still probably go for Wind Waker. I mean, you get to watch Link actively stab Ganondorf through the head in that one.
It's pretty...
Yeah. That's like the cartoony one, too. It's like, yep, that's how they got that T for teen rating.
Are you really gonna make me...
I mean, if the musical scale doesn't pop up, then you know you're not on it.
Could I also just, like, ignore the skeletons?
If you want. They're not required.
I might do that.
I honestly thought you were just gonna run off the boat right out of the gate.
Yep. Also, the other one fell off the boat.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
Of his own accord. Just for the record.
Well, maybe he gets seasick, you don't know.
He's just a little bit nearsighted.
His stomach is so weak he doesn't even have it anymore.
It's just gone. Woohoo!
What is seasickness called? Like, is that a stomach thing? Is it a head thing? That makes me wonder.
I think it's like motion sickness. It's like the same concept.
Like, what part of your...
And it's your brain.
Like, yeah, so it would be your central nervous system that you wouldn't need in order to no longer get seasick.
Although
so he wouldn't get seasick anymore.
Although sometimes it can be your ears.
Oh, he definitely doesn't have ears.
And he definitely doesn't have... Well, I mean, he might still have the ear bones, but that's not the part that... it's the fluid part.
Yeah,
so.
The fluid part is definitely gone. That might explain my issue with getting motion sick, though.
Your ears?
Well, I mean, bear in mind, I've had my right eardrum burst 4 times over the course of my life.
Yeah, that's probably it. Also, I may need to take a quick break. Yeah. I'm gonna take a real quick break before we fight him again.
All hail the potty break.
Woohoo!
In the meantime, we'll throw it to intermission. So we'll be back in all of probably like 2 minutes. Wait, where did the mouse go? Okay, there it is. I just threw it off the screen. I'm like, did that actually go off screen, or did I just like imagine that it went off screen?
Alrighty.
Also, I moved you across that room just so you didn't have to deal with it.
Thank you. Okay.
Onwards glory. Many other things. Like hands.
You also had my phone, didn't you?
Here.
Okay.
But I'll be sure to do that. I'll keep it in my pocket.
That was not what I was trying to pick up, but like, cool.
The left hand decided to pull and get down, Mr. President.
Yeah. Ah.
Remember, if you're going to try to L-target that, you need to get closer to it whenever you knock both the hands out. If you're not going to L-target it, then just go into manual immediately and adjust
Nope.
your aim from there.
Don't touch me. I should probably, yeah.
You had the right idea, though.
Hello? Don't do that. Why did it still touch me?
I mean, you got him as well.
Yeah. Oh, they're too fast. But I still gotta hit him.
For that, Nick will be proud of you.
I held it too long.
Yeah. Practically, you can't do the legless thing of just literally taking an arrow and just stabbing him with it.
I feel like I should. But, you know, that's just me.
That'll be DLC for Breath of the Wild too. I'm probably the only Zelda fan in the history of the world that's not looking for it.
Still got 2 hits.
They're being free to play and help me to go for over 100 cards.
Okay. Go, go, go. I got him, but damn it. Oh.
I like how he just froze like, wait, that didn't do anything. Very confused at his play.
I don't know why
There you go, perfect.
that was 6 hits.
Yeah. Like I said, he has like absolutely no invincibility frames, which is another reason I don't like fighting Phantom Ganon, because he does have invincibility frames.
I did shoot that.
No, you did it. Blinked off. I heard the little boom. Are you hitting A when you're getting that?
I am.
platform? You're not supposed to do that. That's why you keep having problems getting back
Oh.
up. You just hold forward. He climbs automatically. Because it's thinking you're trying to roll, and so it's starting to roll, and then you're getting stunned by the poison. Nice. Shot. I was gonna say manually, but sure.
Okay. Fine. Whatever.
Remember, you've got extra time. You're just like sitting there watching those two stunned hands, and you could be playing bow and arrow and getting ready for a shot. In the jacket. He must be left-handed because he only does that when he hits his left hand. I mean, he could be right-handed. I don't know. Some people probably have a preference.
Okay. Please. No arrows.
The hand is bringing you back to life. Did he just drop bombs? I never tried to blow this guy with a bomb before. I have to attempt that at some point. I'm sure it probably won't do anything.
Please.
Yeah, remember, if you hit another button while the hook shot is going, it's going to stop the hook shot.
Yeah. Give me the arrows. Damn it.
You got
Thank
him.
you. I know. It's weird taking it. Oh my god. Why did it not shoot it?
You
I hit
switched it.
down.
Nice.
Oh my god, there was one hit left?
Yeah. Oh, he melted. That's disappointing. Look at all those arrows. Arrows everywhere.
My trophies are worn out, god damn it. I will take one of the sets of arrows. Fine.
Also, you get a different animation from picking up the heart container because of how the room is, because it's such a large room, you can actually do this for once.
So it's like the opposite of the other,
A Phantom Ganon, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Phantom Ganon.
Uh...
I'd say, like, of all the adult bosses, he's probably in the middle for me. I think he's probably the third toughest. Ahead of, stronger than Spirit and Water. Or, sorry, stronger than Fire and Water, and weaker than Spirit and Forest.
Oh, hey, lady.
I guess you could probably make an argument that the Spirit Temple boss is worse. I think that probably the Spirit Temple boss is overall worse. It kind of depends, though. Some people are really good at Bongo Bongo, and some people are really bad at Bongo Bongo. If you want to watch somebody who's bad at playing Bongo Bongo, have Ben play it.
That's horrifying.
He tried to hit the eye with the Megaton hammer.
That is... Yeah, that's Ben.
Yeah.
That is...
In his defense, if you got hit in the eye with a hammer, it probably would do damage.
Agreed, agreed.
Plus, he's the only other person I know, along with myself, that knows that the Megaton hammer needs more love.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've used it how many times outside of the dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
Once to get the double magic, and that's it. It might be required outside the dungeon, like, I can think of one switch that's rusted in Ganon's tower that you need it for. And I don't think you need it anywhere else, actually. I think it's just that one thing. Gosh, now I get to see this, like, awful line here. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. It sounds like a line that some kid's writing just to make his sentence sound longer.
Right.
Now I put my power, comma, which should be helpful to you. Like, well, yeah, it's your power. Why wouldn't it be helpful? I'm gonna give you this. It's not helpful at all, but...
It's a memento.
Yeah. A razor and lipstick. It makes sense in context.
Please look out for the princess. Look out! Where's the princess?
Zelda's missing right-clicks picture, send link.
Huh? Okay. 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 So before we do anything else,
We'll go back in the menu and pull up the ocarina.
we're gonna restart. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh well. I mean, they get the arrows first, though.
Aren't you glad I got you that fourth ball off screen now?
Right?
Because you would not have won that fight just then. If you had no fairies left.
Now let's see if I've learned my lesson about button mashing.
No. I was hoping you were gonna not talk to him and then buy the set of arrows twice.
Yeah.
And be like, well, we know the answer.
That is the Song of Storms.
Yes, it is. Hey, at least you recognize the tune.
Once I have it played, I can tell you what it is, but I can't tell you what I'm playing while I'm playing it.
Oh yeah, hold on to this screen for a second. You might notice that you have like the light medallion in the top where all the medallions are, and then the forest, and then the fire, and then the water, and then the shadow's not in where it's supposed to be. This is also the same way on the title screen, is like the light medallion's on the far right, and then it starts from left to right and goes in the normal order, but then the shadow is one off. That's because the Shadow Temple is actually supposed to be the last temple in the game, rather than the Spirit Temple, which is the one they went with. And so they're actually interchangeable, if I remember correctly. Like, you can do the Spirit Temple first.
Alright.
But most people would A, recommend you do the Spirit Temple last for story purposes, and B, it's kind of a better temple than Shadow is, so... a better final send-off. Because for one, the Spirit Temple is an area that you have not been to, and two, you actually never met the Spirit Sage as a kid.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why would we want to meet them?
Well, I think it's kind of cool because, like, all the other ones you met before you even pulled the sword. Except for, I guess, technically Rauru, but, like, you meet him right after you pull the sword, so... Kill him for money!
Stab him in the butt.
Kick her in the balls. He can't get you if you're on the ladder, so if you just go for the ladder. Oh, he can't get you on the ladder. That's news to me. He's never gotten me on the ladder. Maybe he just really doesn't like you.
He really doesn't. Vengeance.
My first thought was like, I wonder if you could hit him with the Megaton Hammer. Nice.
Gotcha.
It reminds me of that part in Sword Art Online where that guy, like, sacrifice plays himself and, like, runs out in the field and just throws a grenade, and then after he gets gunned down, like, the grenade falls between the two guys that shot him down, they're just like, ha! Got him! And then you just see a large explosion and they both die.
Yeah.
Like, yep, you sure did get him. Ah, the joys of a souvenir grenade. You got a thing. One day you'll find out there's a faster way to get through that text.
I've just remembered what it is. Upon you saying that there was
You've
a way,
been
I
mashing A all
violently
this
remembered.
time for no reason.
I have. That's not what I was trying to do, but thanks.
Nope.
Okay. Alright, where to next?
Now we head to Gerudo Valley, actually. That is where the... Well, not Gerudo Valley specifically, but in the direction of Gerudo Valley is where the Spirit Temple is located. Probably the Prelude of Light's gonna be the fastest way to get you back there.
I just had it in my brain. What
It
happened?
sounded like you played the Sonata of Awakening from Majora's Mask for a minute there, which was kind of cool.
Oh, I went left instead of right. I was trying to do it with left instead of right. Just flipped them. I know right from left. I
right?
Got through kindergarten. That was something that I passed with flying colors.
Skipped kindergarten, and then all these years later, it's finally come back to get you. Like that's something Hugh would do. Skip kindergarten, and then just like years and years later.
Oh, yeah. I'm going up to the rock people, right?
No, Gerudo Valley, not Goron City. Gerudo Valley is to the west. Don't tell me you forgot your compass directions too.
I could actually play it, right?
You want to see through the fire and the flames there? Yes, somebody has played that on an actual Ocarina before, by the way. It was kind of awesome.
I mean, that sounds awesome. Okay. To the west.
That's east. You're showing me you don't know your compass directions either.
That's Link's west, if that helps.
If I'm saying a compass direction, I'm probably looking at the map and compass on the screen.
Okay.
Now we're, yeah, take it right there. Now we're gonna get to the part of the game that I usually get lost in. We've only ever been to this area twice. Once was as a kid to get the pieces of heart that were here, and then the other time was to give the guy back his saw when we were getting the big Goron sword quest done.
Can she get across this?
Yes, she can. She did last time.
Okay, I just need to take like a wide turnaround. Whoa, I don't want to see that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
One of the finest butts in all of the animal kingdom.
Bro.
Though to be fair, now that you have the long shot, I don't think you technically need a pwn to get across the gorge anymore. You are still gonna have to carrot boost through that though. If you plan on taking her across, if not, then you don't need to. Thank God it's automated.
Yeah. Okay.
Gerudo's Fortress. And we don't get to hear the really kick-ass music because it's night. You can't stop me, I'm on a horse! No, don't make the screen fade to black.
Ouch, rude.
I mean, they're called Gerudo. It's in the name.
Yeah. You can't catch me, I'm on a horse.
You were supposed to get caught there for the record, though. So, if you talk to the carpenter dude, the guy that you gave him his saw back during the trading quest,
Yeah.
he mentions that he had some carpenters that were supposed to go and fix the bridge, which is why it's out now.
Mm-hmm.
But they went to Gerudo's Fortress, and because it's an all-female race outside of their king, which is Ganondorf, they all got locked up because they're dudes. And they knew it was an all-female gang and tried to join anyway, and then were surprised when they got in trouble.
Shocking.
Yeah, not the uprising.
So I need to not be seen by these guys?
Yeah. So there is a specific pattern to take if you want to get to where they are, because you have to get to each of the carpenters and then fight a mini-boss, which is honestly a joke of a mini-boss. and then beating the mini boss will give you the key, and you have to free all 4. Once you free all 4, they recognize you as like an actually competent male, and so as a result, they'll give you free entry, so you won't get caught by the guards all the time.
Okay.
So you have to find the 4 dudes that are hidden throughout the fortress. I actually don't know what's up there. I don't think I've ever been up there.
Which probably means it's the wrong way, right?
Well, now I'm curious, because I would have remembered this. This leads to the very top of the fortress where the chest with the rupee is? Yeah! This is where it is. Okay. There's a chest in here somewhere with a huge rupee. Like, in this area. I'm pretty sure, anyway. It might be a small chest. Or invisible, for all I know. I remember getting this once before, but I used the long shot from a completely different area to get to it. You can also break that crate. It might just be in the crate. I don't know. It's been ages since I've been up here. Yep, there it is. It's a purple. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay. And then
I mean, there's nothing else here. That was just to
they
get
just
that
need to
rupee.
hop back down there? What's
I
down
guess. I think that's the cell they threw you in. Yep.
there? Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
But that's a good starting point because it always resets you to a spot that you know where you'll be. So hop down all the way to the ground and then just take the door that's directly to your left.
And that doesn't draw their attention at all.
Nope. You can set off bombs, won't set off their attention, nothing. I like how they didn't take away any of your equipment either.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Do I need to... Is there going to be...
You go and talk to the carpenter before the boss fight starts. Otherwise, there's not anybody in here. Because they all say the same thing, like, hey, if you can get us out of here, we'll repay the favor. Which, them repaying the favor is fixing the bridge that you didn't need them to fix because you can already get across it anyway, hence how you got here. But,
Yeah.
semantics. There's sure to be Gerudo guards around here somewhere. Woo, watch out. So they can quote-unquote knock you out. It's not like a one-hit kill, but if you get hit by their charge attack, then it will send you back to the start.
Wow.
It doesn't insta-kill you, but...
It insta knocks you out.
Yeah, it will send you back to start, but it's not like game over level of insta-kill. The upside is pretty much as long as you stay close, you pretty much fight them the same way you do the Stalfos, the skeleton knight dudes. It's like as long as you stay close and just like swing whenever there's an opening, you're usually fine. I think they take like 4 hits if they go on start maybe 3. Yeah, 4. Got a key!
Woo! So I guess that's this dude's key.
Yeah. Technically, any of the keys work on any of the doors, but there's no reason to not just free them. Did you come here to save me? Oh, that's just swell. I'm Itchy Boy, the carpenter.
Go, Itchy Boy.
I know it's Ichiro. That's literally the main character of Bleach, which I've never watched, but... I mean, when your name starts with Itchy, how can we not make fun of you?
Exactly.
Itchy man.
You run. You're definitely not going to get caught by the cards that are immediately outside.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's always funny. It's like, you know they just turn around and get caught again. A la Lois Lane in Superman 64. No good, an odd number.
That's Tylen's birthday.
317, my favorite birthday. If you use a bomb right in the middle of that area, I think there's a grotto there. I don't remember what it has. It might be a Skulltula. It could be Salesman. I honestly do not remember, but I know there is one there. And if it's not a bomb, it's probably the Song of Storms. I guess it's the Song of Storms. Doo-doo-doo.
I had it, and then it was gone.
Of all the songs to not remember.
Well, and I did it earlier today, too.
It's a brain than a fucking hurricane. No? Okay, I guess it's only as a kid then. I thought that was a kid or adult one. Oh well. Moving on.
Now they're getting rained on.
Yep. For the record, by the way, the hook shot is kind of weird in terms of hitting the guards. You can absolutely snipe them with a bow. It doesn't even matter where you hit them. It will knock them out. And they will stay knocked out until you leave her and re-enter the room.
Wait, there was one here a second
Yeah,
ago, right?
she walked off. Like, they patrol.
Oh.
Like, there's not anyone in this hallway, but... That was where you came in.
Oh. Alright. I'm just gonna go. Okay. Alright.
Nice. Right in the earlobe.
I really thought I was gonna miss her. Made me nervous. This is gonna be the same thing?
Yep. Exact same mini-boss.
Alright.
I assume with that empty cell, that was where they were eventually planning on putting you, but... No, it's just an empty cell with stuff. Nobody ever comes there or anything.
I guess.
Nice little detail of things that never get used. Bye.
Fine. And that's the second time we've seen that sprite.
Yep. I just love the dude dancing in there and just like the thought of you grabbing the kid and just leaving him there.
Right?
You're a cute kid. Thank you for coming to save me.
Should've just left you.
Two of my buddies are still being held prisoner when you get them out.
You run in that weird way.
I caught a nice Yu-Gi-Oh! Era the other day while I was watching the show,
Yeah.
where Sato and Mokuba are talking about opening Kaiba Land before they're adopted by Gozen Boro, which is where they inherit the last name Kaiba, so why would they call it Kaiba Land?
Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Love this. I don't know where I just
Yeah,
went.
I don't even know where you are now. You just, like, jumped into somewhere. I think this is one of the spots, though. Yep, it is.
Oh, fantastic.
I think this is usually the fourth one I get. Look over here inside the cell.
Hi, I see you, and I cannot skip through this dialogue even when pressing the B button.
Nope. All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned in here. You know, I guess the idea, in theory, of how he knew that the other guy was free is Link probably told him whenever he freed him.
Probably.
Like, told him. But we'll never know because he's a solid dragonist. Oh, this is great game radio. Behind you.
third time I've seen that sprite. So
Actually,
glad they
4.
went to all that.
4.
4?
3 in this dungeon and once in the Shadow Temple. 4. The one that was in the skull container.
Well, I thought for the first one that we freed, I didn't see it at least.
Oh, it was because it flies to the center of the room and it hit you while it was flying over there, and so it just gave it to you.
Okay.
That is a very fabulous run.
Right? That's where it just came from. Look at me showing some self-awareness.
I was going to make a Cotton Eye Joe reference, but that works too. I think you want the left one, if I remember correctly. Maybe not, actually. You might want to leave and check the other one real quick. Either you have to go across that other section, which means killing all the guards, or it is that one over there. I'll probably know when I see the inside of it. No, I think this is the right one. Yep. No, we've been here before. Oh, that's right, because you left the way you came. That's what it was. That's why it threw me off. I could hear the intense breathing here when you saw those pots.
Yeah.
Never taken you to a pottery shop.
Have been banned from most of the tri-state area.
I can believe that. Maybe if they quit hiding all their money in them, it would be a little bit less,
Ran.
Yeah,
There
so
wasn't such a great reward. Okay, so that's where I've already been.
Yeah, you want to go back to the other one and actually take that left.
Just gonna make as much noise as humanly possible.
Seems like a good idea. That's not the only guard in this room, by the way, just so you know.
So, if I hit her, I shouldn't hit her?
I mean, you can snipe her. Like, the other guards won't notice. They'll literally walk over the corpses of their allies and not see a thing. I'm just letting you know so you weren't like, oh cool, I'm in the clear, and then jump down there and get caught.
Oh yeah, no.
Because there's one that will leave and enter the room, and then there's the one down there that'll just patrol back and forth. Just an ordinary day, nothing weird going on here. Did something fly past my head? That was probably the wind.
Just the wind.
Yep, that's definitely the sound that wind makes.
Okay, and where's the other one?
You need to move out a little bit further forward. You're not going to be able to see her from here. She'll be on the right. A little bit more to the right. Keep going. She'll, like, occasionally pop through that little window there. But you don't need to tag her, honestly, if you just, like, go for the out of the door over there. Navi, this is a dead guard that you killed.
There we go. Much faster.
So there's a gold skull shell on that wall, not there, if you go down. Because down's the way you're actually going to go.
Oh god.
Oh, well, too late now.
Damn it.
You took 2. I was too slow, apparently. Yeah, you want that door that was behind you.
This one.
Yep. It was always the hardest one to get to because it's in such a weird spot. Also, there will be a guard coming in a second here. That's going to go right by your head. From the right to the left.
Alright. Where am I going?
I'm pretty sure that's the only guard.
This way?
Yeah. I think you just follow that to a dead end. Yep. I pressed action, remember all 4 of them were. Normally, every time I play this game, there's one guy that I can't find, and it's never the same guy. It's always a different dude.
Huh.
It's usually this guy, though. This one takes the most effort to get to. But be careful, there's sure to be Gobrudo guards somewhere around here. Woo, watch out. My name's not Woo, knock it off.
Oh.
Yeah, I got. Well, now you have to go through all that again, but you get another chance at the Skulltula.
Do I have to free all 4 of them?
No, just the one that you didn't get.
Okay. So let's see. Is there a faster way to get to the...
Maybe, but I don't know what it is. Oh, there you go. Now you're in this room again. She just watched that guy get shot and was like, oh, that's weird. Oh, well. Oh, no, this is a different room. Oh, yeah, because this goes up here. Yeah, because you went up here before.
Yeah. So that's not where I want to go.
That was still funny, though. As she turns around, just watches her friend collapse to the floor, like, oh, that's weird. Just an arrow just sticking out of her temporal lobe. Yeah, no big deal. It's fine.
That was not dizzying at all. Thanks, camera.
It's like that Yuya Bridge thing where Tristan sneaks up on the guard wearing a full suit of armor, and it's just like, yep, there's definitely no noises going on here.
Oh.
That's just the wind. Doom, doom, doom. Yep, that's definitely the sound the wind makes. Yeah, you actually don't want to take that path.
This one?
Yeah, don't take the one that you just took. Go back in. Because that will take you back to the room that had the table and the 3 guards and everything else.
So...
I don't know how she didn't see that.
She's a great guard.
You got her.
I think I also did get her.
Yeah, you got her. You hit her ponytail, which is enough to kill her. That was the source of her power.
Damn. No.
Did you just pull a McCree shot just then? You did like the quick flick thing that Overwatch players do when they play as McCree.
Oh my god, this is going poorly.
He still got 21 more arrows. You can also move out from behind the box. Like, she's not going to be able to see you if you just strafe around the box and put something like that.
That shouldn't have hit her, but I'll take it.
Oh well.
Also, their calves must be spectacular.
Well,
Just
just
with
walking
the...
all day.
Well, with the steep angle of that incline?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you can make
So I'm
that
going this
jump
way?
over there. No.
Oh,
not,
to
not
that?
Up. Yeah, to over there. Like if you can jump across that. He's just up there. You also are doubly lucky because he's only available at night. He is not there during the daytime.
Oh, come on. Thought I was gonna deny that to me because it was turned sideways. And I was... Whew. Okay, so now I go...
Now you jump down slightly. Yep.
And in here.
Yep. And then the girl will come from the right. You were warned.
What?
You got.
Okay.
Let's go again. Let's go again. Also, yes, in a randomizer, you can absolutely get soft locked in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you have no hook shot or long shot and no warp song to get out, you are forced to reset the game. That has never happened to me. I think it happened to Brandon once, though. ponytail.
Also,
We're in the, what are they called? The little face mask thing? I don't remember the term for it.
I don't recall.
And I'm gonna be offensive and say it wrong anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, hop down there. And then the guard from the right. That should be the only guard in here. Outside of the one you have to fight. You got it there. It'll open a locked door. You can use it only in stuff. Let's hang on to it and just leave this guy alone.
Yeah. Screw this guy.
Let's close the door and run.
I was afraid you were going to forget about me. Sparking on it. Oh, hey, Shiro.
Tell you something interesting about the... It's always the last guy. It's not this guy specifically that tells you this. In order to cross the haunted wasteland, you'll need the Eye of Truth, i.e. the Lens of Truth. The cloth is on the far side of the wasteland. So you do, in theory... Well, I guess, yeah, actually... No, you don't have to have the Lens of Truth. But it would be a gigantic pain in the ass without it. As somebody who's done it without the Lens of Truth, backwards. The exalted Naburu, our leader, put me in charge of this fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Green Pants here is the third in command. Not that it matters.
Wow, she's really chill about that. Alright, we're good.
You kicked the crap out of my security guards, ignored the other ones, or shot them in the head. I like you!
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, now you can walk around freely. They won't arrest you or anything. You can just walk around.
Yay, no hard feelings, right guys?
Well, I mean, they either didn't know you were there or they're dead, so...
Yeah, she's still out.
She'll be fine.
Just taking it out.
Let's get some ibuprofen, put some ice on it, you'll be okay.
Alright.
Alright, so there's a couple things you can do here now before heading off to the Haunted Wasteland. The first is, if you can get up as high as you can to the top of the fortress, there's a treasure chest up there. You can also talk to this woman, who's got... Oh my god, that is not a good haircut.
Do I need to do this?
No. We will come back there later, but you don't have all the items to finish it right now.
Oh, okay.
So that will be the horseback archery.
So, as far as I can go up on here.
Yeah. It's probably just to there, and then you'll have to, like, take the pathway up to get to the highest spot again. But you don't have to kill the guards to get there, you can just go now. You might be able to get it from here.
Where?
If you pull out the hook shot in the direction that you were facing, so go right or left, either one.
That?
Yeah, that up there is where it is. I'm pretty sure you can get up higher though, because like you can just barely get it from where you are currently, or from where the highest point is. So. From now on, you are free to come and go as you please through the gate to the desert. They all say the same thing, by the way, so there's no point in talking to any specific one.
I was not intending to speak to her.
I know, but just in case you're curious if they said different things, no, they don't.
Of course not. Why would women have different dialogue? It's almost like they're more than one continuous human.
More like it would have been too time-consuming to program, but that too. So yeah, you should be able to get it from where you were standing a second ago when you walk out the door. If you get like right to the edge of that, you should be able to barely reach the chest. They intend for you to use the Scarecrow song so that it's easy to reach, but you can absolutely get it from here. Yep. No problem.
Noom. I got a thing.
Collect 4 pieces total to get another high container. 4 containers mean more life energy.
Fun to buy.
Alright, so now to the horseback archery, because there's a skull up there that's only available at night, so now's as good a time as any. And I don't think time passes here. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Then we get the honor of doing the horseback archery, which is a nice way of saying you'll probably do it once and then I'll do it and fail multiple times because I'm bad at it too. You'll see why when I do it, because it's fucking awful.
I'm sure.
So there are 2 targets, one at the end of each of this area. If you look on the map where it's got the 2 things, it's on one of the back of the targets. I don't remember which one though.
Fingers crossed for this one.
I think it's gonna be the other one just because I don't hear him.
That's a good point.
They make that annoying scratchy noise, that sh noise. Remember, you can't play the... Or you can play a bonus song, sure. I was gonna say, it's an only nighttime sculpture, so the sun song's not gonna work.
I mean, I wasn't trying to play the sun song.
That has not stopped you in the past.
That's a good point, too. That was not my intent, but that doesn't mean anything. Alrighty.
Remind me to show you a really funny clip from Mario Galaxy 2 where somebody tried to long jump to get a star, and then they missed and fell into another star they'd already collected.
Oh, jeez.
It was pretty impressive that he managed to do that. Oh no, he's on the front of the target. I see him.
And in that case... Yes, bulky bastard.
That works too. I forgot
That
you could do
wasn't the end.
It's made of wood, so...
Alright. Yeah, sure, fine. That's how we're gonna do things.
Totally forgot you could do that. That's amazing. How many does that put you at now?
So many.
You need 2 more or 3 more? 2 more. Okay. And I can think of where 2 of them are that are in the desert, so we'll get those later.
Right.
But for now, go over to the person that was hanging out by that little shed. And not even a shed, it was just... You can take a photo there. That was hanging on, I guess I don't even know what you'd call it. And 2 poles and a thing on top of it to shade her from the sun. It's not much of a tent either,
Well, I didn't
so...
see anyone over there.
Oh, was she not there? Maybe she's only there during the daytime. I can't remember if you can do this during night or not.
I mean, I can...
No, you're right, she's not there. Also, the minigame's not active, so don't even bother.
I know.
Yeah, I would say just hop off and play the sun song.
That was a case of I know it, I just forgot.
Well, since it's going to warp you there, I'm going to go use the bathroom while you work your way back there.
Alright. Alright, y'all do hear the sound, right? That's not just me. Oh. There you are. Howdy.
Yeah, now we get to hear the awesome music.
What's up?
Never mind the fact you just ran her over. Should be fine. You move fine horse. I don't know where you stole it from, but once the horse starts, yeah, the opponent will move automatically. Thank God.
Oh my god.
You get 20 arrows. If you can score 1,000 points, that will give you something good.
Absolutely not. God.
No, it actually is something good, believe it or not.
Oh no, I'm saying absolutely I cannot score that.
I'll pay for dinner next time if you can get 500. By the way, it is one lap. It's to the end and back, and that's all you get.
Well, this is going poorly already. I can't go that far up. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, remember when I said this game was fucking hard? Now you know why.
Oh.
Alright, now I will mercy kill this straight out of the gate, because I'm gonna tell you, that, like, this took me forever. I spent over 1,000 rupees my first time doing this.
Oh my god.
Easily over 1,000, and almost 1,500. It was bad.
Oh no. Good lord. I feel like it's going slower this time around. I know it's not, but... Okay, disgusting. I hate it.
Thanks.
That was stupid. That hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to do it? Get a piece apart. Are you sure? Because we have to do it again.
What?
This time you have to hit 1,500 to get the other thing from her.
Oh
Which
my
means
god.
the score I just posted would not have been enough. It would have been 60 short.
Ugh. It's painful. At least they provide the arrows.
Oh, thank God they provide the arrow.
That would suck.
I'd be like, you know what? I don't need the upgrade. Fuck it. I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah, I already messed this one up. I'm just gonna drain these. Drain it like what I just did in the bathroom. Let me grab a water real quick. That went a lot better than the last time I played that, where it still took me like 10 attempts. Sweet.
I'll be darned. Delta is the ultimate.
You know the worst
Archery
part?
master.
There's a shooting game in Majora's Mask that's harder than that.
Ew.
Yeah. And it's stationary. Now you can hold 50 arrows.
Yay!
So much corn.
And we get free refill of arrows, which is fantastic. Alright.
So that only leaves one heart container, which is obviously the boss of the Spirit Temple, and 2 pieces of heart left.
Awesome.
One of which is the 50 Skulltulas, and the other is farther into the desert.
What time is that then?
10:06. That might be an 8. I don't know. My screen
Somewhere
brightness got
along there.
lowered.
So, do we want to try for... Oh man, I can't jump off of there. That's
I would
fair.
say we can at least get the warp song of the Spirit Temple.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So which direction is that?
On the map, you're going ahead. Also, opponent can't go down the stairs. You're gonna want to head northwest, which would be top left.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep turning. Like, turn 180 degrees from where you are. There you go.
I don't want to turn it.
Burn your rupees.
Oh my god.
Mash the button.
Yep, that's what we're doing. Okay.
Downhill.
Please turn.
Thankfully, you don't have to worry about riding her into the wasteland. This is where you take her personally. So if you climb up that ladder and go to the top, then the person will open the gate for you.
Okay, talk to this person.
No, the person at the top of the ladder.
Oh, okay.
This was the wall that they put if you have to have the Gerudo access card.
Ah.
Because even if you had gotten up there, they would just be like, hey, someone get the guards. You can't cross the desert unless you pass the 2 trials. The first trial is the River of Sand. You can't walk across this river. You can't walk across normal rivers, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
The sun shines down. Kind of shines in all directions, to my knowledge. So basically, for each of these quote-unquote trials, which is essentially nothing, you need the Lens of Truth and the Long Shot. The same thing you'd have if you did the Water Temple and the Bottom of the Well. Which is why they're kind of interchangeable if you can do Spirit or Shadow. Because you don't need the hover boots for the Spirit Temple at all. And you don't need the item you get in the Spirit Temple to the Shadow Temple, as you already knew, because you already did the Shadow Temple. And you can't take Epona in there.
Disappointing.
Unless you want to have an Artax moment. Which, depending on if you've seen that movie, is either very sad or very confusing.
Confusing.
A horse that drowns in a swamp of sadness.
Well, that's depressing.
Yeah.
So I figure I'm supposed to hit those things?
Nope, you just walk out there. You're not in the haunted wasteland right now. You literally just walk forward.
Oh, okay. So this isn't the River of Sand?
Nope.
Ah.
That's the River of Sand. You don't need the lens for the River of Sand, by the way. You literally can just hook shots at like either of the things or the boxes, like just anything. You might have to move slightly closer. You're good until you actually like fall down to that like part where the crevice is. So there you go. That's all of trial 1.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, if you can call them trials, they're not really much fun. So now you just follow the pillars that are located. That will take you to a shop with bomb shoes, so you can just ignore it. Oh God, I turned the brightness up on the TV because the last time I did this, I got lost like 7 or 8 times. I couldn't see anything. It's to your left. This is way easier than the last time I did this. Good lord. Probably goes without saying, but if you go too far off the path, it'll just send you back to start. So we'll hop down there. There's nothing down here but 50 rupees and a skull soul token, but this was one of the skull souls I was thinking of.
Ouch.
And you can light those torches if you want. They'll give you a purple rupee for it. If not, you can just smash the pots and move on.
nice to find some more nuts in the desert.
Well, they ran through the fortress. The ones that were there ran away.
Yeah.
Less nuts and more nut cases, but, you know.
Alright.
So we go up the side of this little thing. Here is the second quote-unquote trial. Might want to start following that guy.
Oh, shit.
Remember, for a trial, the key is always to panic. First and foremost, panic.
Yep.
You can ask my scheduler that. Somebody called in sick, what do you do? Step 1, panic. Immediately panic. So if you're wondering, can you make it across this if you know the path and don't have the lens of truth? Yes. Can you do it backwards? Yes. Have I done it? Yes. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. This was awful. Also, those are just levers. They're kind of just there to get in the way, really. They're an old school Zelda. I mean, they've been around since the first game. And they were just as annoying then as they are now.
They used as being malicious.
But it's fun! If you think this is bad, you should see the monkey section in Twilight Princess where you have to follow one. It's like this, except probably about a third the speed of what you're going now.
Oh, jeez.
And that's being generous. Welcome to the Desert Colossus.
Woohoo!
One of my favorite areas. So first we head to the right where those 2 palm trees are. So many levers.
Okay, and then what? Oh, and then there's one.
There's a bomb you can wall. As an unrelated and completely unimportant note, if you kill enough of those levers, a giant purple one will appear that you can kill, and it gives you like 5 rupees.
Ew.
They do that with the little skull guys that walk around at night if you're a kid in Hyrule Field as well. Not worth your time, but kind of interesting that they threw it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping you were going to play the Song of Storms.
Because we must make it rain in here.
Yeah, we gotta get those boobies nice and wet, you know?
Ew.
Don't tell me you forgot about the crazy pointy boobs.
No, I remembered. I was
Look at that pose.
trying to forget.
You and Link's like, what the fuck, man?
Gonna take somebody's eye out. God damn.
Between the boobs and the nose? Yeah, I'd say so. And with this, you get your final magic spell of the game. Probably not as useful as Din's Fire, infinitely more useful than Furor's Wind, which we have never used. Nehru's Love. It is an insanely high magic cost. With a double magic meter, it is half your magic meter. With a half magic meter, it's all of your magic meter. But it prevents you from taking damage for a couple minutes. You'll still take the knockback / recoil, but you will not take any damage at all.
Oh my god.
This thing is a godsend to a 3-heart run. Especially seeing as there's some enemies coming up that can do 4 hearts worth of damage with 1 hit.
Ew.
Which means in a 3-heart run, it's an insta-kill.
Alright.
Alright, onward to the actual Colossus. Oh no, they'll just keep spawning it. As they do.
Hey.
feel free to look around because I'll go ahead and tell you right now, you can't progress in the Spirit Temple currently.
Alright.
You can check the little signs that are there that are written on the snakes. Give you a little bit of a hint. If you want to proceed to the past, you should return here with a pure heart of a child.
Can we get the song that at least works me over here, though?
Just a little bit. If you want to travel to the future, you should return here with the power of silver from the past. So you need an item that you can only get here as a kid in order to progress.
Okay.
Because there's that giant block over there, you can try to push it if you want, but it's not going to work. And you can't enter that because you're not a kid and you're too large.
Okay. Very good. I'll take it.
So that's all you can do here for right now.
Alright.
Hey, about that warp song.
Do I get it now?
Yep.
Yay.
You don't actually have to read the signs too. I just wanted to point them out for context sake. You can literally just walk in and immediately turn around and walk out, and you get this cutscene.
Sweet. What's up? Chic.
And the owl just flying up there.
Oh yeah. Times River. The port for that ship is in the Temple of Time.
Is that near Memphis?
Probably.
The Egypt Memphis, not like Memphis, Tennessee.
Requiem of Spirit. That's a $2 word.
That's a level 5 swear word right there. You have to give up $2 for that one.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you see almost no
Almost
covers of it
haunting.
online.
It's almost haunting.
Also, it made the owl go away, so that's a plus.
Thank God.
Of course, you'll still have to deal with him in a little bit, but
Of course.
you can't just get rid of him. See, if Link had lived in Lubbock, he would have just walked right through that like it was nothing.
Right?
So, like, dirt? What dirt? There ain't no dirt here.
Alright.
Alright, so before we enter the temple as a kid, there is 2 other things we can do.
Yes.
Is obviously you have the warp song now, so you can warp back to the Temple of Time, switch to being a kid, and then warp here. So go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Because you cannot get here through conventional means as a kid, meaning, like, if you go back in time, then you're not going to be able to hook shot across the desert of sand. You can still use the lens of truth as a kid, but the hook shot's not going to work. As you can probably expect, seeing the Requiem of Spirit inside of a randomizer is like anybody's worst nightmare, because more often than not, it's basically telling you that haunted wasteland area that you went through, you have to go through it backwards, and the guide is not there when you go there backwards, whether you have the lens of truth or not.
Oh, God.
Which is why in the newer versions of the randomizer, where you can toggle certain things on or off, you can choose to turn that option off, so it's not required.
Understandable.
I'm willing to bet nobody even knew you could do that until a randomizer, because why in God's name would you do it otherwise? Oh, oh. I like how there's no hole in the stone from where, like, you clearly had to pull it out from somewhere.
Right?
The hole just sealed itself up.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Mash the button. Mash the button.
I hit the Ocarina button. I just think I hit the A button too soon after.
A for Ocarina.
Yeah. Okay. Get back in there.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Yeah.
hilarious when they did bloopers at the end of movies like they did for that one.
Right?
Not just for that company, like all films should do that. Yeah, you did it. I feel like that one's easier for some reason than like the Nocturne of Shadow, the Serenade of Water.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes to that, but like also I reserve the right to get it wrong.
Alright, so now we head back into, or near, the temple. That little platform there. Because if you keep going that direction without going in,
Ugh.
ladies and gentlemen, we have a spot to plant our final bean. Coincidentally, Final Bean is the name of a very bad Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
No, I just made that up. Alright, we've done it. We planted a bean. Now go and be an adult and come back here.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Gotta go forward in time 7 years for that bean to grow out here in the desert. It really does sound like the Sonata when you hit left instead of right.
Yeah.
Because the Sonata of Awakening, for reference's sake, is up, left, A, right, A. And so
Yeah.
it literally is the first 4 notes of the Sonata of Awakening.
Just backwards.
Yeah. Well, since you're playing it backwards, it's actually forwards.
I mean, yes.
It is the exact same 4 notes. And every time I hear it, I'm just like, man, I haven't played that game in a while. I usually play it on Halloween every year, so... Though I would still argue I know Ocarina better than Majora. Probably because I've never done a randomizer for Majora, because, my god, there's no way I would do that.
That would end poorly.
Because, like, you go back in time every 3 days. That could reset stuff. Like, keys to the dungeon, for example. No, thank you. Like, I kind of want to try it, but I think I'd rather do a 3-day run before I attempted a randomizer. You've already played this more than the Serenade of Water. I just like to point that out. Because like again, you don't need the Serenade of Water for anything. You don't even need it to warp there. You can just go there. Like you probably got Epona by that point. Now we ride the beam. There are 2 different things we can grab here. The first is our friend the gold sculpture hanging out down there. The second is that piece of heart right there.
Oh, that I missed. Okay. Okay, the gold sculpture that
Not on
is
this one, but he's
not
on the second.
this one, but this one?
This upcoming one, yeah. There he is.
Oh god. Ah, I missed.
Now he's gone because it's day.
I'm gonna go for this one. And then
I say you just put the sun's on, but who knows how long it'll take for the piece of art, so. God, his shadow is not having it.
yeah, we're having some issues.
Also, as a side note, not that it's important, there is an oasis over there. If you play the Song of Storms to fill it up, it'll give you fairies, but, I mean...
Oh, I was not prepared.
Scar would be disappointed.
And that goat from Hoodwinked.
Oh, I don't remember. I haven't seen it in ages. My mom
It's
loved
for
it,
the
and I was
best.
like, eh.
No!
It feels like
Too
a
early.
slightly better Over the Hedge, and Over the Hedge is, it is a
I don't wanna talk about
masterpiece
it.
in its own regard, isn't it?
Don't want to talk about it.
It feels like it was like something like that somebody came up for their first, like everything. Like that was their first, like written, like the first thing they wrote, the first thing they directed, the first thing they did like 3D animation for, just like across the board. It was like everybody's first time, you know. It was bad news all around, really. All the good news is you can play the Sun Song to make it night.
Yes. No. Okay, first of all...
That thing was actively out to screw you over. Amazing.
Rude. Does it want me to play the song right now? Because I can play that right now.
You don't have to play right now. You can hop on there and then play the Sun Song, and then you don't have to worry about jumping on the spider by accident. Also, I don't remember if it was this game or Majora's Mask, but if you hold a direction, it doesn't matter in playing a song. If you hold a direction not on the C stick and then play a note, it'll actually play it in a different key.
Frick.
Don't worry, the levers that were there for you was open. Spikes. They don't have
Whatever you call
arms,
that.
so... Hey, wait.
You bastard.
I get the feeling that one time when you jump to that platform, one of those is going to get you.
Yep.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Nice.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't while you were jumping, but he did get you. You should probably hurry, because it's about to turn to day. Hey, you got it. And unless I have miscounted, that was token 50.
We can double check.
I probably miscounted, knowing me. Hey, you got it right.
That's 50.
Nice. Alright, cool. To Kakariko / Kakariko. I.e. the, Nocturne of Shadow.
I literally just looked at it.
And to think, outside of the Bolero Fire, they only made every song 7 notes, because that's usually how many things that a human brain can memorize is 7.
Yeah, that's not anything. Absolutely not. 7 things? How dare you?
That's why phone numbers are 7 digits long.
And socials are 9.
I know. Or driver's license numbers.
I really know my driver's license number better than any other number. Because
Mine-
it's like all
mine follows a
multiples of
pattern.
3.
Mine follows a pattern, so it's really easy to remember.
Mine's a pattern and all multiples of 3, and I'm just like, this is beautiful. I'm sorry, I have the memory of absolutely nothing. Okay.
You're headed the right way.
Yes, because we're going to the spider house. Okay.
Yep.
I totally forgot where I was going.
It should be the dude on the back wall, I think. I don't know, maybe it is this guy. Here's a reward for you.
You may be able to talk to just any of them.
He's hard. No, I think you do have to do this specific one. And that is the final heart piece in the game. Everyone's back to normal except the guy in the center.
Yeah, we don't talk about him.
Yeah. You need all 100 tokens to free him, and A, we're not doing that, and B, here's why. The reward for getting 100 Skulltulas, all of them in the game, is a gold rupee, which is worth 200 rupees.
No. Hard pass.
Oh, don't worry, it gets better. You can leave and re-enter the house, getting the rupee as many times as you want, so you have infinite money. The problem with this is by the time you got all 100 tokens, you're not going to need money for anything anymore.
Yeah, no.
Stupid. So, that is most of the stuff in the game. We're missing one heart container, which will be the Spirit Temple boss. A few pickups, but all of them are in the Spirit Temple, or in Ganon's Tower. But that is pretty much all the optional stuff in the game outside of the Gerudo training grounds, which we can't do until we get a decent way through Ganon's Tower. We need the item in Ganon's Tower to finish it. The good news is, getting the item from Ganon's Tower and then going back to do that doesn't really matter because the reward you get from it is completely useless. It has no purpose to beat the game, and a lot of guides that came out early for the game didn't even know the item existed because they didn't bother to go and get it.
Fantastic.
And then even when they did, everyone was like, oh, that was a waste of time. I'm glad we did that.
Beautiful.
But other than that, we're pretty much... It's going to be like 2 play sessions, I'm pretty sure. It'll probably be Spirit Temple, and then we might, depending on how long Spirit Temple takes, do the Gerudo training grounds, or we'll save that for the time after and then do that in Ganon's Tower. The training grounds is definitely longer than the temple is. The temple's not Shadow Temple short, but it's still pretty short. It's definitely shorter than Water, Fire, and Forest, for sure. Which is weird, because you think the temples will get longer, not shorter. But no.
I think it also kind of depends on, because if they're trying to keep it consistently, like, around a time, if the bosses are getting harder, then you'd want the temples to get shorter, because if you're going to take a longer time fighting the boss, because I felt like with the Spirit Temple, you knew how to, or not the Shadow Temple, but the Shadow Temple, you knew how to fight him, and it went really quickly. But I did not do as well fighting the boss, and so I felt like I spent more time fighting him than doing anything in the actual temple. And so, but in all, I'd say that, I mean, at least game feel wise, it felt like it was about the same amount of time as like the Water Temple or the Fire Temple. Because the Fire Temple,
It's
temple
really
is long, but the boss is pretty quick.
Yeah. That's why I'm not 100% sure about your theory, because, like, if we're going by the bosses get harder later on, Phantom Ganon should be the final boss outside of, like, all the main ones. Either him or Bongo, but, like, he's not easier than the Fire or the Water Temple boss. He's not even close.
I will say, Phantom Ganon is the outlier and
Phantom
is not
Ganon.
to be included in any of that.
He stands
because that shit's ridiculous, man.
I enjoyed watching him burst into flames. That will never get old. Yeah. All the other games you fight him in, he's not near that bad. Mostly because the arenas are bigger and the camera doesn't get stuck on things it's not supposed to.
And I will
He's
say,
practically a joke in Wind Waker.
and I will say, we've gotten better technology now. You know, the camera angles are better, and we've learned by experience. So admittedly, the later games kind of do have the benefit of all of that. So there is some credit where credit is due. However, also, fuck Phantom Ganon.
Also, he's still just as obnoxious in the 3DS remake, so... Yeah. The camera still does the same problem. The beam still has the same problem. The only upside is, if I remember correctly, and I don't like the 3DS version that much, I think there's like an option inside of your house you can go back and refight the bosses to get practice, but...
Which
is kind of cool,
like in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, Skyward Sword was actually the second 3D Zelda you could do that. You can actually do it in Majora's Mask as well. You can go back and refight the bosses, namely because if you're 100% of the game, you have to, because it's on that 3-day cycle. And because a lot of the areas change after you beat the boss, it'd be like, oh, hey, you fixed this problem, and then you went back in time, so now the problem's there again.
Ew.
So you have to go and kill the boss. The upside is they give you a warp in the first room of each dungeon after you've killed the boss that will just take you straight to the boss, and you don't have to go through the dungeons again.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they fixed a lot of things that this game sometimes has issues with, which you will never get enough credit for. Oh well. We will see you guys, not tomorrow, Sunday, but a week from Sunday to do the Spirit Temple, potentially Gerudo's Training Grounds.
Indeed.
Depending on how that goes. Not looking forward to having to do the training grounds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go through the memory stuff of that too, and training grounds has some nasty shit in it.
Oof.
The Spirit Temple's not too bad though.
So hopefully that'll move pretty quick.
I actually couldn't beat it when I was first playing as a kid, and then I realized the R button on my controller was messed up, and that's why I couldn't beat it. Because you have to aim something with your R button, and I couldn't physically do that because I couldn't press the R button down all the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this not working? Like, I know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I watched Brandon do this.
And hypothetically, I am doing it.
It was not a fan. Speaking of fans, let's go find a raid target. And also fan, I should have done that while I was at Target today, but...
We actually have a fan that we've tripped over like 3 times in the last couple of days that we're going to offer to you. I should have brought it today, but I forgot about it, to be honest. But just remind me next time and be like, yo, give me that fan.
Oh, that's right, the new Mortal Kombat movie came out today, or yesterday.
Oh, sweet.
Let's hope it was better than the second one was. That's right, the new Mortal Kombat movie came out. It was bad.
The trailers look better, so...
Yeah, let's hope so.
Fingers.
To be fair, the second one came out in it's been like a 20-year gap, almost.
It's been a while.
I think it was 04, but don't quote me on that.
It's been a